Hello, spooky friends, and welcome to another episode of Storytime with the Scary-ish podcast.
Woo!
I'm Robin Grace, and this is Adam Diaz.
Hello.
And we're here to woo your ears off.
Apparently, yeah.
We're here to talk about some awesome stories. We're here to tell stories. We're here to tell your stories.
What do we call those stories, Robin?
Your homegrown horrors.
What is a homegrown horror, Robin?
They are your supernatural, paranormal, spiritual, cool, interesting stories of experiences that you, your family, or your friends have had.
Indeed. And we like the true crime ones, too. The coincidental ones where it turns out it was actually nothing all along. Those ones are really funny. So we look forward to that. Shout out to Tanya, who just subscribed over on YouTube. We appreciate you joining us. And shout out to all of you who are joining us live, because we record these every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/scarishpodcast and youtube.com/scarish. So if you ever want to come and join us, it'll be a good time. We have some fun at the end of each show that you don't know about. Why are you smiling like that? What trickery did you just get into over there that was hidden off the camera?
I was like doing something with my cup and...
It almost spilled?
No, but I got distracted.
Okay, good stuff. But yeah, we're here to read your homegrown horrors. And if you have a story like Robin has talked about that you would like to send us, we would definitely like to hear it. And if you would like it shared on the show, we would be more than happy to do so. Just email storytime@scarish.com, or you can message us on any of our social medias, facebook.com/scarishpodcast. @scarishpod is our Twitter, and @scarishpodcast is our Instagram. Plus, we got that website, scarish.com. You can click on Contact Us, submit your website submission that way. Shout out to the Snark, who just resubscribed for the 10th month. Thank you so much.
How long we've been doing this.
And the Snark didn't even spend any of the Snark's own money, because the Snark, I just love saying the name, used Twitch Prime. Robin, tell our listeners about Twitch Prime for just a quick second, because this is like seriously like free money that you folks all have if you have Amazon Prime.
Sounds like you're doing it already.
Go ahead, take it.
So if you go to twitch.amazon.com, you can actually connect your Twitch account, which is free, to your Amazon Prime account, which you probably pay money for, and Amazon gives you a free subscription to any Twitch channel that you like. Hopefully it's ours. And
once a month.
Once every 30 days. So
which is like a month.
Yeah, but like if you do it in June on the 30th, you're not going to get another one July 1st.
Wouldn't you? That's 30 days.
I fucking hate you.
June 1st to July 1st?
June 30th.
Oh, I didn't hear you say 30th. That's my bad.
Open your ears. Anyway.
Go ahead and finish the promo.
You can go totally do that. It's free, and it's a free $5 that you guys can give to your favorite podcast if you want.
It'd be really nice, and we always appreciate it, and so many of you folks do, so thank you to everyone who has donated in any way, shape, or form. It's always really good to give free money out of Jeff Bezos' pocket to our pocket. We appreciate all of his money that you can give us.
And if you don't have Amazon Prime, if you go to scarish.com, there's a link at the bottom. If you click on that, you get a free 30 days of Amazon Prime. So, I mean...
Go for it.
Go for it.
Give it a shot. Try it out. Why not?
Yeah.
So, good stuff.
Other than that,
solid promo stuff to start the show. I believe I'm going to be going first with the first homegrown horror of the night. And this one's subject is can share. So it sounds scary already. Side note, thank you so much for letting us know in the subject, because then I don't even have to like skim through this to see if we can share it. I can just send this on to our podcast production assistant, also known as my mom. So thanks, Mom.
Shout out to Spooky Mom.
Shout out to Spooky Mom. And it starts out like this. I would like to start out with saying you two are an amazing podcast duo.
Thank you
very much. I have recommended Scarish to friends, and they all say the same thing. I also grew up in the same area as you, Adam. When you talked about the Indiana streetlight, orange glow, flashlight, hide and seek, I related so much. Man, I remember flashlight, hide and seek. But the most Hoosier thing was to have cornhole at every party. 100% true. Like, we have a bag set or cornhole or however you want to say it. Shout out to Kaylee Love, Sungmin, and Lex, who just subscribed over on YouTube. That's an intense name. But yeah, we have some downstairs, and I just started taking them outside and practicing again because I miss playing. But it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. What was the last holiday we had that we totally just spent all day outside?
I think it's Memorial Day.
Was it? Okay,
yeah, we just played outside and we grilled a little bit, which is probably our plans for 4th of July tomorrow, too.
Except pool time because it's warm.
Yeah, it's super warm.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get in that pool. It goes on to say, I am agnostic. I don't personally believe in anything other than hard work and luck. But I would never put anyone down for what they believe in, and that is a great attitude to have.
That is a very great attitude to have.
I have no reason to make this story up, and all events are 100% real. In parentheses, but not very scary, so scary-ish. Insert Adams. I'm glad you cued me for that.
that's how I feel like our past episode that we just did. If you guys haven't listened to it, it's the special guest episode with Brett and Moore on it. And that's how that episode totally went. It was definitely scary-ish.
Yeah.
Because there was like a little
Scary, true crime?
Right.
Personal funny story?
Hilarious anecdote.
Yeah.
So if you folks haven't listened to it, that's my childhood friend. And he's a really great photographer. He photographs cosplay and cars and planes and all that fun stuff. So if you guys want to check him out, go do that.
It's Omura Media, OMURA_media or dash media.
I think it's underscore.
Underscore, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, check that out. So one more plug for Brett. But thank you very much for the kind words and the ha cue from the emailer. All right, I'm going to get back to that. A couple of years ago, I visited my cousin, who's more like a brother, both 18 at the time, for a weekend in northern Indiana. I really wonder what city they're in. Very curious now. One of the nights we had a LAN party. Fuck yeah, shout out to LAN parties all over. I love LAN parties. I used to have them all the time in high school because I'm a huge nerd.
I used to have them at my house.
They're the most fun things in the world.
Yeah. Or when Gears came out, well, Gears 3 I think came out, we would literally take our Xboxes and lug our TVs to our friend's house.
I mean, we used to have Halo parties at my place. Same thing, bringing the TV. And, like, I had a 27-inch, which back in the day was the biggest TV any of us had. So it was like if you brought the Xbox, you got the top bar if you had, like, 3 players because it was, like, top half and then the bottom half was, like, quarters. So we used to play 6-on-6. So if you had the Xbox, you got half the screen. Okay, we got to get back to this. I'm getting too excited about LAN parties. All right, LAN party at one of his friends' places. And after everyone left but the host, my cousin, and we started talking about Ouija boards. We ended up, I swear to Christ, I was at a bachelor party this weekend. I've mentioned it before this past weekend. And I brought up Ouija boards, and I was like, we should do that again. Just to see, because it was the same group of people from my Ouija board story. And they're all 34 to 37 with kids now. And I was like, we should do the Ouija board again. And even my, like, most agnostic friends were like, fuck that shit. We will never touch that again. And then we all talked about how the radio went to static back in the day. All right. We ended up making one out of an old plank of wood and used the head of a small magnifying glass.
Oh, my goodness.
Nothing says demons are going to come kill you more than using a makeshift, made-yourself DIY Ouija board.
Well, there's also, like, a game that you can do where you put 2 pencils on top of each other, too, to kind of make, like, a sort of Ouija board.
Isn't it like a yes-no scenario type of thing? Yeah. Okay, we'll get into that one of these days. My cousin's friend knew of a family that had a pole-behind camp trailer that supposedly the previous owner's son had passed away in. No idea if this was true or not, so come 2 a.m., we decided to take our homemade Ouija board to this trailer. Arriving, we gained entry to it, unknown to the owners. In parentheses, to the owners, sorry for trespassing, y'all are lovely people.
Aww.
Sad face. We set the board down on the table and started to try to contact something. Even though I was not a believer, after about 5 minutes of messing around with the board, to no avail, we gave it one last try. All of our hands on the small glass waiting for a response. Out of nowhere, a fly lands on the glass between all of our hands.
Shut up.
It was winter. And as Adam has said, all bugs die in Indiana winters. That is 100% true. I picked the board up, sliding the glass onto the floor. The fly, doing what flies do, buzzed away, and we left. After we walked about a mile away, they asked why I was so messed up. Even though I'm agnostic, I'm pretty sure that flies are a symbol of the devil or evil. And the way it landed on the glass and not on the window, excuse me, or the table is what scares me the most. Hope the story gets to be heard, and shout out to all the Hoosiers. It's a really, really good story. It's a really good one to open on, too.
I think you're like, it's a really, really good story because it's from Indiana, and they're like, shout out to Hoosiers.
Well, it's good because, like, you messed around with the Ouija board, and when something creepy happened, you're like, yup, screw this shit. Because, like, at some point, if you feel like you've not made contact, but something creepy starting to happen, like, you can just put the brakes on. You don't have to keep going, you know what I mean? So I really enjoyed that aspect of the story. But, yeah, if you go to a place where someone died deliberately to try and contact that spirit, I think you kind of have to expect that that thing is probably going to mess with you if it's still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I died suddenly or violently especially, which means that Robin probably murdered me somewhere, and someone went to contact my ghost with a Ouija board and gave me, like, the power to, like, knock over a shoe or hold Demi Moore's hands while we make a pot, I would probably do something really creepy.
I literally messaged my sister today. I was like, I want to strangle Adam. Help me hide the body.
Wow. That's great.
And
she
was like, I know where to get the chemical stuff.
Don't touch me. Just get away from me. No, I don't want to hear any of this anymore. All right. So thank you one last time for sending that in. I appreciate it, fellow Hoosier. So let's look over in stream chat and see what you had to say. I fucking hate you, Robin. You suck. Major
Lol.
Wolf was first over in YouTube. Kaylee says present, and Anna said third, I guess. Cat Beatrix is also here along with Blanca Bello. So it's nice to see all of you folks joining us over in the YouTubes. And it was also kind of annoying because our YouTube chat wasn't working, so I had Robin go test it out, and I had to reboot the chat when the show started. Then all of a sudden they all came flooding in, so I can see them. Oh, thank God.
Over on Twitch, Cat Beatrix says hello, and I'm pretty sure she's first on there. Then Glitch, then Carly, and then so on and so forth. Thank you for joining us, McShake and Bake. It's been a long time.
What up, McShake and Bake?
Glad you can join us.
I hope you feel better. McShake and Bake has not been feeling well lately. I won't disclose too much, but sincerely, we hope you recover quickly and I was gonna say quietly, but you can be noisy if you want. Recover however makes you feel better, bro. Lots of people over there on YouTube said "woo" when I wooed, so it makes me feel better.
Nice.
She hates it, and the only experience, the only energy I get off the woo is just utter and sheer hate from it. So
Carly says today is one of my twins' B-days, and tomorrow is the others. How does that work? Unless you have like one right before midnight, and then you have the other after midnight.
I think that's exactly how it works.
That's kind of cool.
Or like sometimes people pass the first kid, and then like they stay in labor for like another 16, 24 hours.
Ugh.
You know.
Sounds miserable.
Does sound miserable.
That is really cool, though.
Cat Beatrix says, Robin's hair on point as usual.
Oh, thanks, girl.
Half Dog says, I haven't been on a live cast in a while. It's nice to see your smiles again. Thank you for joining us, Half Dog. We appreciate you. Welcome back.
Glitch Grim says, what happens if you don't feed or water your homegrown horror?
You forget about it, I would guess.
I don't know. It just,
it's a weird question.
It withers away is what happens. It withers away and it's gone until, some freak weird weather incident and it comes back to life.
Yeah, that's when it comes back to life.
Valley Girl says, Robin, your bangs are banging today. Oh, thanks.
Tanya says, oh, hell yeah. Finally caught a live episode. Your bangs are banging today, Robin.
Thanks.
Good work.
Let's see. Oh, the Snark asked, how did we reach that agreement with Amazon? I've actually had an affiliation with Amazon for a while now. So all those links that I post on our website, and I do posts of things that I like periodically on our website as well. And all those links are affiliate links. So whenever you purchase something off of Amazon from clicking through our website or get an Amazon Prime membership through our links on our website, we get credit for it, and it helps us keep the podcast going. So
it's the same cost to you,
yes.
But we get a little piece of it that I never see because Robin's apparently plotting to hide my body
also
somewhere.
Because it's zero and nothing ever happens through them.
Kaylee says to me, open your ears, Adam. Major Wolf says, spooky mom, woo. Anna says, in Homer Simpson's voice, nerd, because I like LAN parties. Major Wolf says, yes, Adam, I am with you. I fucking love LAN parties. Some of my best memories, like Unreal Tournament, like Quake 2, when we had it modded, where you could like control the rockets. It was all LAN parties, man. That's where I learned how to network shit when I was in like high school, was to do it so our teachers wouldn't know, so we could all play games together. And then my first major in college wound up being like networking. I didn't request it. I got put into it, but I was doing okay. And I was like, man, this is not what I want to do. But yeah, some really good memories from LAN parties.
We used to have World of Warcraft parties at my house where everyone would come over, they'd sleep over. I had just started playing WoW, so everyone was falling asleep, and I'm like, you need to wake up and help me with this quest.
Hey, wake up.
And then I think we did a StarCraft one at one point. We definitely played a lot of Gears 3 when that came out, but I just miss being in the same room with all my friends playing the same game together.
No, I totally agree.
It's really cool.
Major Wolf says, Adam, I'll do the Ouija board with you. No, you won't. I will watch you do the Ouija board and record it as you get possessed. But that's probably about it.
Carly says, one of the twins was born at 10:22 and the other one was 12:02.
There you go.
That is amazing.
It's nice that you have twins with different birthdays. They don't have to feel like they're always like intruded upon by their twin.
Which is awesome, but probably really sad because they're like, why? Well, she was saying like one of them is like, it's not my birthday. Why isn't it my birthday today?
Aw.
So
It's nice though because you can establish which one is the older twin. Kaylee says, my cat, Markimu, says meow with a cat face and a heart. Meow back. Meow. It's my cat.
It looks like
pantomime.
Kaylee might be Kaylee from Instagram. That's kind of cool.
Might be.
You know, we try really hard to keep all of our spooky friends, you know, like getting to know people's names when we keep seeing their usernames and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully I got it right and I'm not an asshole. And then Miss Shake and Bake says, I'm at home for 2 to 3 weeks of recovery, so I'll be around for live streams. Great. Yay. That's awesome.
Yay for live streams, not recovery. It stinks that you have to be in recovery, but hopefully you get better soon. I'm done with my YouTube stuff over here, so whenever you're done, you can move on into the next story.
All right. So, I don't even have it up right now. Let's see.
That's what he said.
All right. So, this next email here for the night is titled Haunted House Update, which is great. We always love your update emails. If you folks want to send updates or news stories that have happened to you, or
so many of you say like, I have a bunch more stories if you want them. The answer is yes, send them right now. We already told you, but storytime@scarish.com.
So this one goes, hello my loves, it is Bree. I sent you an email about my haunted house in October and you read it on Storytime 50. Holy crap, what story time are we on now? 72?
73.
What?
23 story times ago was story time number 50.
That's insane. It's been a minute, and you probably won't get to read this until mid-July. Beginning of July.
July
hey,
3rd, what's up?
But we're just okay.
I know.
But you can read this on the pod. I told you that the TV had turned on in the middle of the night, and then my kitchen light all by itself. And then the sign my dad had made me and my husband had fallen off the wall. Well, I had my 2 cousins over to get a feel for the house and see if they felt the same. They said they thought it felt heavy and that we should probably cleanse the house. So we took a trip to our closest metaphysical store and bought some smudge sticks made out of sage and lavender. We started smudging and saying a blessing as we smudged. How
many times can you say smudged in a
sentence? For those of you that don't know what smudging is, it's just like where you light this bundle of sage or whatever it is, and you're just like waving the smoke around the house. That's really what
you wave it in the air.
And like you wave it like you just don't care.
I was going to say like you really care because you're usually trying to get rid of something or bless something.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Anyway.
Making assumptions over there.
Yeah, you made an assumption when I said something awesome.
Yeah, I did. But that was like 3 episodes ago, and I've apologized twice for it, so.
Suck my balls. Anyway. So, they said a blessing as they smudged, and we didn't have any problems with the main floor and the basement, but when we got upstairs and you could feel how thick the air was, we started in the closet. Wait. Hold on. I don't know what I'm reading. But we got upstairs and you could feel how thick the air was. We started in the closet in which they said they felt the negativity and smudged it towards an open window. It's kind of cool. Trying to make it exit the house. We finished up the rest of the upstairs and that was that. We haven't had any problems since then. No unexplainable things happening. But I can barely bring myself to go upstairs. I just feel this underlying dread, like maybe we didn't get everything, but it's better than it was, so I'm semi-happy. That's the update. Sorry it took me so goddamn long to send it. I still adore you. You guys are wonderful. Keep doing you. Keep on creeping on. All my love, Bree.
Thank you for sending that
update,
so much. Bree. I would like to know what color sage is used, because I know there's sage, there's white sage. Someone over on YouTube, Kaylee, said white sage is the best. What sage is best used for living people? Because there's a lot of people I've met where I would just like to light some incense and have them fuck right off. So I just can't help but think of that when you're saying like you went to the room where you felt all the negativity and tried to like kind of force it out. Like I feel that quite a bit, especially now that I'm working in corporate America again, where it's like if I could just like have like a tool belt filled with sage, like blue sage, no, red sage, yeah, this one's a grass type. Let's get them the hell out of here. That would be preferred. So
okay.
Someone hit me up and let me know what types of sage are needed.
Well, all right. I'm not sure. I know I had a teacher in middle school who was very spiritualistic, and I went to Catholic school, so super spiritual place, obviously. We literally had a class called religion, and they didn't teach us religion. They just taught us Catholicism, so you know.
So just one. Well, that's why it wasn't called religions. It was just called her a like, we're
Religion.
gonna teach you one. Oh, it's Catholics. It's Catholicism again. Congratulations.
Yeah. So, she would sage the classroom every so often, and I'm not particularly sure why. Maybe she wanted all the kids to calm down or something like that, but she would do that every so often.
Can't be negative if you can't breathe.
She was the only teacher that had home visits. She would go to the students' homes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, to check and see how they
We're doing.
And stuff like that. And then she also introduced me to craisins.
Craisins?
Yeah.
She was very formative in Robin's life. Shout out to the craisin
she also
lady.
taught us Latin.
Oh, that's cool.
Which is cool. Yeah, she was my 7th grade teacher, but after 7th grade, the other teachers don't teach you Latin, so it kind of just goes away.
I learned some French in 7th grade, and my name was Philippe.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, you have to pick Spanish or French, at least in Northwest Indiana. Those are the only 2 languages you can learn, but you had to take one each year, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, and then when you got to high school, you had to take at least 2 years, 3 years if you wanted an honors degree. So, yeah. I switched back and forth between Spanish and French, and then I wound up just settling on Spanish, of which I remember absolutely nothing. So, right on. Let's look over into stream chat. Someone said down there, it looks like Camden, isn't all sage grass type? What I was stating was that maybe different colors of sage can affect different types. So if you have red sage, it affects grass types because it's red. So you just light it on fire and throw it at them, and then they leave. Whereas like blue sage will like cause bubbles, kind of like Squirtle's bubble beam.
This sage is on fire.
Someone's car is driving by and backfiring a million times.
It just sounds like it's tooting.
It does. It sounds like someone's running by with a bunch of farts.
Whoop, 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 whoop. It's still going, man.
I don't have a lot of new stuff over here. Major Wolf lets us know that they're Christian J. Wolf on Facebook. Larby over there in YouTube says, this one time I died, that's a good story. That sounds like a horrifically like traumatic story. I've known someone who's flatlined twice.
Is it
and they had to be brought back with paddles. It was no, I don't know John Constantine, the fictional character. And if I did, I would hope it's the Keanu Reeves one. But the TV one
one's
was pretty good too. But yeah, I knew someone who described the feeling of dying to me when I was like in my early 20s. They said it like felt like they were falling backwards, but they were like staying still, and like it was like being blackout drunk at the same time, where you just feel like everything, like the darkness closing in on you. She also said it was like when you have an old school TV when you like press the power button.
Oh, and it goes
shoom, and that's how it felt. And then the next thing,
I like that her sound effects are the same.
Totally accurate. But the next thing she knew, that was it, you know. And then she was being woken up by being electrocuted, and that like one of the times she was technically dead for like 3 minutes. So I was just like, that's fucking
scary.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you're, what is it? Not unconscious, but when your heart stops beating or something for a certain amount of time.
Mine happens every time I look at you.
Oh, all right. Anyway, Caden the Brave says, first time watching live stream on Twitch. Welcome.
Thank you for joining us. Britt Newt says, finally able to catch a live show. Yay for leaving work on time. Hooray that they let you go, or that you got out of there on time. Kaylee says, white sage is the best. And then white sage in all caps. That was probably when I was talking about getting rid of negative people. Kaylee says, this sage is on fire.
That's hilarious.
Camden says, that just reminds me of Pokemon, honestly. LOL, that's kind of what I was going for. And Karen has joined us. Karen says, I just got here for some Betsy Burgers and spooky knowledge nuggets.
That's hilarious.
Betsy Burgers is my favorite reference that we've ever made. We had stickers made, and I don't think we've ever sold one.
I gave away one.
There you go.
But my sister worked hard on that, and I just didn't get...
She worked really fucking hard on that design,
but no
right?
one really gets that reference.
It was just one reference in one show. We didn't keep trying to like bring it back to force it in. We're like, we don't really like market our slogans like they tell you to in like podcasting school, where you're supposed to hit people over the head with it. Because we think that's fucking annoying, so we don't do it. But I really like the Betsy Burgers joke.
The Snark says, my teacher went to our homes to get hair for her voodoo dolls. That's freaky.
Fucking creepy, man. That's just super creepy. Cat Beatrix says, burgers. And Karen says, damn what I wouldn't give for some spooky knowledge nuggets right now. We'll get to some. We have 4 more stories to go. Major Wolf says, shout out to Jason Momoa. Karen, you're supposed to give us the quote of the night, or the question of the night, which I've come to look forward to every Wednesday.
Glitch says, I learned French from Dexter's laboratory.
That's very interesting,
Omelette
actually.
du fromage.
What's that mean?
Cheese omelet.
Oh, wow. Me gusta las papas fritas. That means I like French fries.
Or no, what is omelette? I'm pretty sure it's omelet, because It looks like it's an omelet. Who fucking knows? I don't speak
A
French.
lot of people know. Donde está la biblioteca? Where is the library?
Let's see. Queen Caffeine says, "What's up, Spooky fam?
What up, Queen Caffeine?
Got caught up playing Stardew Valley. I hear that game's good.
I couldn't get into it because I couldn't figure out how to do a lot of the shit. And I was like, I don't want to Google it and find out because I'm like against using guides. But it's one of those games where it just tosses you and it's like, figure it out. And I think I had so much to play at the time. I was like, I'm just going to go back to playing Breath of the Wild. You know, it's like, I don't even think I had beaten it yet. But I was like, let's try the Stardew thing out for a little while and see what it's like. It's cool. But I mean, I was like 120 hours into Breath of the Wild and I still had like 75% of that game to go. So you just kept getting sucked back in.
Abe's Monster says, I took French for 3 years and I don't remember any of it.
Just leaves your brain if you don't use it. You know?
Snark says, I feel like, Adam, I feel like if you light sage on fire and throw it at people, it'll make anyone go away.
There you go. Stop the negativity.
It's funny because about the taking French and having it just disappear. My sister did that with German, and she took it in high school. She took it in college. And now she just remembers very basic things.
In her defense, she does come up with a knowledge nugget every now and then. But the most German thing I hear her say most frequently is quoting Red Skull when she goes, "You are failing."
That's not.
I know it's not, but it's the fucking Red Skull, so it counts.
Anytime I think of German, I'm just like, "Ich bin ein Nerd."
And she says "Ich bin nine" and then a bunch of other stuff all the time. Cat Beatrix says cheese omelet. Major Wolf says, can't wait for marble races. We will get to them as soon as we're done reading the stories.
Let's see.
I have a friend who listens to our podcast who I saw this past weekend, and we were just talking, and he was like, you guys should do some giveaways. Like, do some giveaways on a live show. I was like, you've never watched a live show, have you? He's like, no. And I described to him marbles. He's like, that's fucking awesome. I was like, yeah, dude, it's super fun. Maybe you should join, like, just one night.
The Snark says, when you light sage on fire and throw it at people, you have to yell, smudge, bitch.
You've been smudged, fucker.
Everybody says it is omelet, so that's cool. Omelette du fromage. Yeah, that's the only thing I know in French, too. I mean, other than foliage. Nice. Let's see. The Snark says, Hocus Pocus, the French class in the kiln. Let's see.
I am caught up. Kaylee says, LOL, live giveaway. It's just so funny when people recommend. I've had so many people in my life tell me, you know what you should do? This. And it's like, I've been doing that for a year. Like, thank you for your advice, your unsolicited, unwanted advice on something that I thought of much, much before you. But at the same time, you're just like, yeah, you're probably right. Like, what are you going to say, you know? You don't want to be too big of an asshole to people.
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, open your fucking ears, Robin.
Sorry. I have the attention span of like a 2-year-old. Captain Fake Eye says, hopefully I can stay awake for the episode tonight. It's totally cool if you can't, because it gets posted up to YouTube for you all to watch.
Yeah, totally.
As many times as you want.
Last week's, we only had 2 hours post. So it like cut off the beginning and then posted 2 hours. I reached out to YouTube. They're probably not going to be able to recover the whole thing. I think it only cut off like a little bit of the intro.
Oh, okay.
So it was a little bit annoying, but for the most part, all the other videos have worked. Major Wolf says, Adam, you should do one live stream just of marble racing. I'm going to be honest. Once I get that computer built, I'm going to stream more and more of just me playing games. And I'll probably run marble races pretty frequently because I really like marble races. Kat says, making Mexican hot chocolate with emulators. So excited. That sounds amazing. Send us some.
Oh, I thought it was like making Mexican hot chocolate emulator. I was like, why would you have an emulator?
That sounds like the greatest game you could ever play.
Chocolate.
Just make some hot chocolate. I think I'm next. I'll put down my cup. Okay. Gonna mark that B because I'm next. Here we go. So I'm going to move on to my second homegrown horror of the show. And this one's subject is a terrifying bestie. So kind of intrigued what this is going to entail. Starts out like this. Hey, Adam and Robin.
Hey.
Hey, how's it going? My name is Paige. I just started listening to your podcast this week, and I'm on Storytime episode 6.
Nice.
Way back there. Someone asked us, okay, this is what happened. I told someone the story of my favorite Storytime homegrown horror we've ever gotten.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, what episode is that? I was like, I don't know. I'll look it up. And someone else that I know, my buddy that listens to the podcast, was like, it's Storytime number 3. He's like, it's the scariest shit I've ever heard. And then we like told the story to a bunch of people, and we were all getting goosebumps. It was super cool. So shout out to Garrett. I love you. I'm going to keep going. I tell everybody to listen and love the way you guys talk to each other. Makes me
Thanks.
feel better about the way I talk to my boyfriend. That's super funny.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so yesterday Adam was telling me his coworker.
They still say this. They said it today.
What?
I know what you're going to say.
No,
Go ahead.
what? No, what are you gonna
Today I was told at work to shut my stupid whore mouth.
No, but that's not what I was gonna say. So yesterday, Adam was saying his one of his newer coworkers that sits next to him doesn't understand how we talk to each other, so they think that we're fighting.
Yeah.
But his boss was like, no, they love each other.
Yeah. It was basically me describing like me and Robin like just talking shit to each other, and their response was like, yeah, me and my husband, like we go at it sometimes too, like giving me encouragement. I was like, oh no, these are the good times. Like these are the good times.
The bad times are when I don't want to talk to you at all.
Yeah, which has happened recently. The next sentence is what? What? Okay,
Just
whatever.
shut your mouth.
You shut your mouth. Holy shit. The next sentence starts out like they knew we were going to take a tangent. It goes, anyway, in all caps.
It does it?
Yes.
Oh my
My
Lanta.
best friend's name is Kelly, and as much as I love her, this bitch is insane and makes sleeping super difficult. She has night terrors. She has for her whole life.
That's rough. Sleeping with someone who's definitely going to probably scream in their sleep.
Yeah. They're always incredibly vivid, and she'll wake up seeing whatever it was in her dream, or she'll thrash, and whoever's next to her gets beat the hell up. Kelly's room was upstairs in what used to be an attic, in parentheses. Sorry, Robin, but at least it's not a basement.
Yeah, it's not a basement.
One time in high school, I spent the night at her house, and we'd both sleep on her bed. She woke me up in the middle of the night, frantically patting my arm to get me up. I sat up to ask her what she wanted, and she shushed me, gripping my arm super tightly. Kelly pulled me super close and whispered, "Do you see him?"
Oh my God.
Not gonna lie, my heart fucking stopped. But knowing Kelly's brain, I whispered back, "See who?" She pointed across the room towards her closet, in parentheses, which was always open because she didn't want people to be able to hide in it. Asked
that's
me,
solid.
That's solid logic. Yeah, legit. And asked me if I saw the man watching us sleep.
No.
I told her no and was doing my best to try and calm her down.
What if there is someone in there, though?
I'm halfway to having her lay back down and her fucking bedroom door creaks open.
Shut up.
I have cold chills. In parentheses, which again is downstairs because attic, then slams shut.
Oh my goodness.
Having a door that you can't see because there's a staircase leading to
slams,
it.
But then you don't
that's
know.
creepy.
Then you don't know if they're
Everyone
inside.
can hear that.
But
You know,
they don't know if they're on the inside side of the door
Right.
or on the outside. So it's like, are they going to come up the stairs right now or
anyone
what?
who's ever heard a creaky
Oh my
door can
God.
hear that door opening and then a door slam, just boom, it
Oh
just
my
slams
God.
shut.
No.
Kelly is
No.
full blown freaking out at this point, so we just sat there and waited to see if we were going to be murdered.
Oh my God.
After a while, we put on a movie, but we didn't sleep the rest of the night. No ghosts, though. The next morning, we were talking about it with her stepmom, and she told us she let Kelly's cat in the room in the middle of the night, and she didn't mean to slam the door.
Oh my gosh.
That's absolutely adorable.
That's hilariously evil.
I have way more of Kelly's night terrors or stories of me and my mom somehow having the same dream and talking to each other in separate rooms.
That's crazy.
In parentheses, Kelly was a witness for this one. You can read the story on the pod if you think it's good enough. Absolutely. Oh, and I found you guys on Google Music. Typed in scary, and you two were the first result. That's
Aw,
awesome to know.
Yeah, that's really
Shout
cool.
out to Google Music. That's pretty fucking sweet. I use Google Podcasts nowadays, so it's really nice to know that our name is getting higher up there on other lists.
Woo-hoo.
I love you guys and cannot wait to catch up. Stay spooky. Send us your other stories. Send us more of Kelly's stories. Make Kelly listen to us. Make Kelly send us her stories. These are very interesting. I think I speak for everyone when I say we want more.
So when you put the cat in the room and you slam the door, you're not going to be like creaking it back open like, sorry guys, didn't mean to slam the door.
I don't know. Like, what would you do in the middle of the night if you think you might have woken someone up by slamming a door? Would you, like, acknowledge it?
Okay, so you slam the gate a lot, right?
That's the thing. I literally have never slammed the gate. The gate just closes on its own, and that's just the sound you hear is the gate closing.
So when I leave in the middle of the night, I try to open it quietly, and then when I come back in, I physically take the door and like clip it closed as quietly as possible.
I do the exact same thing.
But if I were to slam that gate, I would probably lean back and see if your mom woke up or not, and just be like, is she good? Okay.
For like
You know
a
what I
month
mean?
straight, I didn't even close the gate, so it wouldn't make any noise because I was accused of viciously slamming this gate. And then later on, I was told, like, you still slam in the morning. I'm like, I literally don't even close it. I just open the thing. It never closes.
Man,
It stays open, and the dog runs out.
It's like your annoyance echoes through time.
It's like your bullshit echoes through time, and I have to put up with it.
Okay, anyway, cool. Thank you so much for sending in your story. I think that's absolutely hilarious.
It's a really good story.
If they let the cat in, why didn't the cat run up the stairs?
I don't know. Maybe the cat just snuck in. Cats are ninjas. We all know this, and it's dark, and cats have night vision up to 60 feet. That might be tabaxi. I don't know.
I was gonna say
I'll
think
have
that's
to check my
D&D
player's
terms,
handbook.
but okay.
But that's where my head's at right now. I just really want to play D&D right now. But right on. Thank you so much for sending that. Send us the rest of your stories. Pretty please.
You know what's funny about the D&D thing is I had to explain to my coworkers yesterday because I was like, you gotta live free, because my coworker came back from jury duty came to work after jury duty at like 12 o'clock or something like that. And I was like, why didn't you just stay home? And he's like, well, it's been ingrained in me that after something like that, if I don't have anything, just go back to work. And I was like, but you got to live free. Just don't tell them.
Wow.
And he's like, what? I'm just like, yeah, it's like chaotic neutral. You just do what you want. Live your
Wow.
life. And they're like, what?
I would love to have maybe just episodes where all we do is just pick out pop culture references or characters from shows we like and just tag them with D&D alignment. I don't want to give that idea out, and I'm sure someone else is doing it. I would just like to sit down with a list of 20 fucking characters from shows we watch and debate out where they would be. Like, I swear to God, I do this every day. I was in the bathroom, and I overshare, in the bathroom, dropping a deuce, and I was like, Barney from How I Met Your Mother. It's like, I kind of think he's lawful neutral, maybe?
No,
like, I was going
no.
through all this because he has, like, a code. Like, if you don't wear a suit, he's so offended. So that's not chaotic. Like, it's straight up not chaotic. But at the same time, he's not evil, but he's not good. He's whatever benefits Barney. You know what I mean? He's a really hard one to place. We're going to get really deep in this if we go too far. What is your just initial impression of Barney from How I Met Your Mother?
Lawful evil.
Lawful evil? You think he's evil? Really?
I think he's evil. He makes everyone do bad things.
When I got back to my desk, but he's done really good things too.
But he's like, you should totally stay out past this
Yeah.
time. It's like nothing good ever happens past 2 o'clock. Like, no.
When I got back to my desk, I was thinking so much about Neil Patrick Harris after that and how awesome he is that I listened to all of Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog at my desk. And I just, oh, God. Okay, let's go ahead and move in.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, back to the D&D thing. So I had to explain all the different alignments to my coworkers.
Oh, my God.
And they're, the two people I were talking to, they're like, well, then I'm lawful good because I don't want to break rules. I was like, gosh dang it, guys.
But are you lawful good? What if the law is unjust? Does that make you chaotic good because you're going along with an evil law?
But they go along with it. Like, they hate the bosses, but they're like, they tell me what to do, I do it.
Wow.
So
Interesting stuff.
anyway,
All right, let's look over into Stream Chat and see what you folks had to say. I see a lot of stuff scrolling by over here. Lots of people reacted to that story. That's
It was a
probably the
good
biggest reaction. It was a
story.
really good story. We've had some good stories tonight. My mom wasn't fucking around when she said they're good tonight.
all right.
There's Mexican hot chocolate. I know I'm at the top now. Karen says, did any of y'all check out Webtoon? I'm telling you, it's so dope. I don't know what that is. Karen, have you given us the question of the night yet? You have responsibilities, Karen.
Captain Fake Guy says, "Aw, it's okay. You guys are couple goals." No, you guys
You don't even know.
You guys don't even know. Okay.
We've totally discussed, like, so when we split, how are we going to handle security?
Yeah.
Like, how's
Oh
that
my
shit
gosh.
going
She's
to work?
like, I'm taking the pets. I'm like, what the fuck?
She's like,
is
you
wrong
can't
with
take the
you?
pets. I'm like, you don't even fucking feed the pets. We go back and forth. That's a bunch
I
of
fed the
stupid shit.
pets this morning. So
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I fed the dogs and gave them water.
Did you feed the cat? Does the cat still
The
need
cat
food?
needs food.
Okay.
Do you want to go to Target after this?
We might fucking have to. I don't think she has any food.
All right. Okay. So.
We're horrible.
You
You guys are couple goals. We're a fucking disaster, folks. We appreciate that you guys appreciate us, but we are a disaster.
But I can look good going to Target. My hair's done. All right.
All I have to do is put back on my suit pants, or any pants for that matter, and I'm good to go.
The Snark says, Adam, if I see you, I have to tell you to shut your about the
Please
next
don't.
time I see
I'm
you.
so sick of taking the abuse. I literally told people, like, some days I take so much shit from her. I just look forward to work. Because I'll come here and you guys will give me stuff to do, but you don't poke my tits and tell me I'm a fat piece of crap, and I just can't wait to come to work. And they were just laughing their asses off. And then, like, an hour later, I'm in a meeting and I say something, and they're like, why don't you shut your stupid whore mouth? And I'm like, I will fucking walk out. Like, I swear to God, I will.
Kit Falbo says cats do what cats want
It's true.
reference to the cat not walking up the stairs. That cat's a troll is what that cat is.
Yeah. Camden says the fight of love.
Aw, Captain Fake Eye says, can you please start a D&D game, Adam, and invite all of us?
Be so cool.
It'd be really cute.
I don't like to
It'd be
DM
a
for
lot
more
of
than
work,
5 or
though.
6. What I have right now is a campaign that I've been realizing I've been taking such copious notes on that I might be able to run a module for patrons and just run them through like a night or something like that. I really do like doing one-shots, and it'll be something where I have a bunch of options I can run people through, or they can just make shit up, because anyone who's ever played a D&D game knows your DM can have like hours upon hours of notes and storylines written, and then your players will be like, I want to play with that goblin. Can I play soccer with that goblin? And they just go off on this huge fucking tangent, and you didn't plan for any of it.
My friend Andre and his girlfriend came into town the weekend Adam was gone. And so I hung out with them for the day, or for the morning, really. And we had breakfast, and over breakfast we were talking about D&D. And I was telling them about how I like to break Adam's games.
She does. She does it every fucking time.
I enjoy breaking Adam's games. I'm always a chaotic character, and I always have to make his NPCs that don't matter. So,
that's the thing. Like, I set up scenarios. Like, I'm not gonna go too far into this, but my idea for D&D is I have an idea for a story, and I have like certain scenes that might play out, but depending on what they do, they'll probably not experience it in the order that I'm thinking. So, for instance, I DM'd a game maybe like 2 or 3 years ago where I had this whole scene, this whole like probably 3 or 4 sessions worth of storyline and combat and mystery and all this shit planned for an airship. And they chose to ride fucking horses. And it was just like, you need to get there right away. It's a 7-day ride. It's like a night and a half on the airship. What are you going to do? And everyone's like, we'll take the horses. I'm like, well, fuck me, I guess. Like, I just wasted so much time.
I would walk 500 miles.
Would you walk 500 more?
Yeah.
Just to be the person that stabbed me in the fucking heart at my door?
Yeah. Anyway, Queen Caffeine says, my pupper's scary story from his perspective. Nighttime, got a tinkle. Go outside, sniffy big tree branch. Drown the ants. Take that, meanie ants. Sudden, big boom sounds. Bark, bark, bark. Run in the house. Lay on mommy for protection. Scary sounds outside. No likey.
That's the greatest story we've ever
dogs
fucking
are
read.
Totally like that.
Can you save that? We're gonna read that on the fucking podcast when we get back into it. We're gonna put that into the podcast because that's absolutely adorable and 100% accurate.
All right.
So Cat Beatrix responded to the scary story by saying, "Nope, nope, nope." Kaylee also said, "Nope, nope, nope," in more rapid succession. Karen says, "Creaky doors are the most annoying thing." Karen says, "Y'all deserve all the hugs in the world." Aw. Kaylee says, "Cats are ninjas." Karen says, "Yeah, LOL, Adam, like, slams door, unsure if anyone woke up, screams, 'Sorry if I woke you,' and therefore waking people up anyways." That's what I'm saying. Like, I try and not do that. Karen says, the ducky tie and dolphin talking all episode. Good times. Very, very true.
The episodes where you couldn't take the tie off for like a year or something.
That was so funny.
Oh my goodness.
Karen says, "Fuck you, Adam. I'm too young to have responsibilities." Camden says, "It's okay. My girlfriend and I are a disaster too, but our storm blows everyone away." That is like the most romantic thing I've read in a while. Karen says, "I do what I want. I got to enjoy that before I have to pay taxes. And Webtoon is that awesome comic app I talked about last live stream." Right on. I have not checked it out, but going to have to check it out. So
cool.
Someone give us a question of the night, since Karen is apparently too young for responsibilities.
Did you guys hear about that zoo? I went to a zoo and they only had a dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Wow. It's a question, not dad joke. And not
I think I've heard that joke
joke
at work like 6 times so far. They just want to do dad jokes all day at work. Cat Beatrix says, "OMG, that reminds me of the time I took my roommate's dog out and had a huge hilarious scare." Dogs are the funniest creatures. They are absolutely hilarious.
Kaylee says, s'mores or ice cream? That's a good question,
S'mores.
Kaylee.
No, ice cream.
S'mores
Ice
for
cream
me.
on top of my score.
Excuse me.
Can I have them both? S'mores flavored ice cream.
S'mores. Just s'mores for me. I love s'mores. I was in like really good shape one summer. As you can see, it was quite a long time ago. But I was in really good shape, working out every day, working out hard, starting to get ripped. And the only thing I was craving was s'mores all fucking summer. And everywhere I went, they had to have s'more stuff. Because I was like, if it's my cheat day, I'm making s'mores. Like, do you have a grill? Making s'mores. Like, it's going to happen. And I don't know. S'mores for me all day. Ice cream is okay, but I get really over ice cream really quickly.
It depends on the ice cream. It depends on if I like the flavor or not, and the texture, because texture is very important, I think, too. I love Rocky Road because there's that crunch. You know, you got your marshmallows, you got your chocolate. It's good. It's so good.
We could have a podcast of us just talking a bunch of bullshit that no one wants to hear.
Dude, I know, right? About food. I fucking love food. Anyway, okay, so.
All right, I am caught up over here if you are caught up over there.
Oh, man, I can't wait to release the movie podcast because that just fuck you pay me is my favorite line.
I was thinking about it today, and I was just like, dude, I can't wait to do the movie podcast and have like Patreon content where we do like not riff tracks, but like appreciation tracks of our favorite movies.
We have to do Hot Fuzz.
Where it's just us talking so much shit over these movies and ruining it for everyone. Where we're like, oh my god, I love this part. Like, shut up, everyone, shut up. Let's listen to it.
I was quoting Zoolander today too. I was like, what is this? Library for ants.
School for ants.
My coworker's just like, what the fuck?
It has to be at least 3 times bigger than this. I think it's 3 times. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Oh my god.
And then fucking Mugatu's face where he's like, he's absolutely right. It's such a good fucking movie.
And just David Duchovny with his stupid preserved hand.
The whole movie is so dumb, but it's so like not up its own ass, so it's just funny. Like the best thread the whole movie. If you haven't seen Zoolander, fuck you, man. It's been out for a million years. Is like he only has the one look, and the only person who acknowledges it out loud is Mugatu, where he's like, he does the same goddamn look, for Christ's sake. And then in the end, he does Magnum, and he stops a fucking knife in its tracks, and Mugatu's like, dear God, it's beautiful. And it's the same fucking look. I laughed so hard when I saw that movie.
Or, oh my gosh, when they pull their underwear out of their pants, and Owen Wilson's just like.
He actually gets it out, though.
But it's just so ridiculous. Anyway,
All right, Karen actually gave us a question. I'm going to give folks over in YouTube time to answer it, and I'll read it for Twitch. We're not going to read your responses until after the next email, though. Karen says, fine, I'll give a question, but not because you told me, but because I want to. Fucking Adam. Favorite holiday? That's a really good question, Karen.
Halloween. It's my birthday.
It is her birthday. She's going to party like it's her birthday.
Yeah.
Mother's Day. Mothers need to be appreciated. They do a lot. It's also my birthday.
That's very sweet.
Very often, yeah. So.
Aw, look at you.
I love my mom.
Cute.
I love
Sweetie
your mom,
mom.
too.
What?
Not in a creepy way.
Oh, my God.
I meant like the audience. I'm looking at the audience.
Okay.
It's gotten weird.
This is.
Are you caught up over there? Can we move on now?
Yeah. Lots to talk about. Dad jokes, jury duty. Oh, someone asked, when did you realize you were an adult?
When I got excited, I walked into Best Buy. My routine in Best Buy was go to the video games or go to CDs. And I walked into Best Buy and I started wandering over to like appliances. I'm like, look at how cheap this fucking fridge is. And it's huge. And it makes ice cubes. And I just like stood there and looked around. And I was just like, this is the moment. This is the moment. I officially suck. So yeah, that was it for me.
Probably when I realized how much fucking debt I have. Because you can't live like a child forever and just rack up credit card debt. You're just going to die.
Cool. So, King and Queen of Awkwardville, won't you join us? Do you want to read another email, perhaps, Robin?
Yeah. Okay. So, this next email, it was sent to us from Instagram. So, just so you guys know, you can do that.
This one, I will say, was a bit jumbled. It came in via some Instagram, and then some pictures were sent through Instagram that we could not get in the email. And then it was also sent via email, but it was only like half the story. So, hopefully the continuity flows. I know that my mother checked this one out, and she said that it was okay. Fingers crossed.
All right. So, hi there. And it has the uwu face, which is UWU. Have you ever seen that?
Nope.
Okay. It's an anime thing.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, I've been meaning to email for a while, but I just didn't. What is this oof thing everyone's saying now? To me, being
Oof.
from Hawaii, that means something completely different.
What does it mean?
Banging.
Does it?
Yes. So
Oof means banging
means to fuck.
in Pigeon?
Yeah.
Or is it
It's like in Tongan or something.
oof means bang?
Fuck yeah.
You know what people started saying? I realized this when I went back to the Midwest, or maybe they're just so far fucking behind that it's just like still there, is woof. Like people would say stuff, and if you needed to exclaim for some reason, where you told someone like this happened and blah 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 and this was bad, they were going like woof. I was just like, are you a fucking dog? Like when did woof start? I don't know. Continue.
I don't know. Anyway, so I decided to DM you on Instagram because that's way easier. Anyway, a few weeks ago, I went to the Waverly Hills Sanatorium with my dad. It was literally the scariest thing that has ever happened to me, but I would 100,000% go back. I literally read all the zeros and gave the right number. Instead of just being like 100%. We started the death shoot. We started in the death shoot. They didn't start the death shoot. That'd be fucked up. They started in
you know what this place really needs to really tie it together is a death shoot.
Okay, so they started in the death shoot. When we were walking down part of it, I passed this man in all white who was really tall. He was just standing there, but I didn't really think much of it until they turned on the lights so we could walk down the actual chute. There was no one in the group wearing all white, and that really scared me. After, we went to the morgue and then up to the dining room. My brain was screaming at me not to look out the window, but I did, and I saw a woman in a nurse outfit walk past one of the windows. These, of course, could have been my brain making things up since I wanted so badly to see a ghost. I knew some of it was real because my dad and I both saw the outline of a little boy about 4 or 5. Now, I have 2 stories that didn't personally happen to me but are so scary and have proof that ghosts are, in fact, real. I somehow spit all the way onto my computer screen.
I spit earlier. I totally saw it leave your mouth too, but it happened to me when we were in between episodes.
All right. So the 3 pictures I sent you are of the creepy face and the black figure in the room are not my stories. So I'll tell them as best as I can. I'll start with my personal stories first, though. The most activity I saw was on the 5th floor from in room 502, as you saw in the pictures I took on Snapchat. I can't really tell what the figure is, but it's there for sure. After I took that picture, I walked inside and thought my dad was following me. Ooh, that means that he was not following you. That's scary.
Right. Turns out I was right and nothing happened. The end. Take
I felt
it easy.
something pull on my coat, and I turned around to yell at my dad for messing with me, but he wasn't there. A random fun fact about room 502 is that it's actually a bathroom. Nothing too scary ever happened in the actual bathroom, to my knowledge.
Don't tell me that. I've had scary things happen to me in bathrooms lately. It's just been terrible. You know them.
Oh, okay.
I kept having to edit out references in the previous fucking show.
Okay. I was thinking that you were seeing stuff in mirrors and something like that. But anyway. What was I doing? After the 5th...
You were reading.
After the 5th floor, the tour guide lady took us to watch for shadow people on the 4th floor. Wait, what did I say? After the 5th floor, the tour guide lady took us to watch for shadow people on the 4th floor. I didn't understand the directions of how to really see them, so I didn't see anything scary. On the other hand, my dad swears on his life he saw several different shadow people. He was swearing and bear hugging me the whole time because he was so scared. He's super skeptical, but he is a believer.
If you see your skeptical dad getting scared, like that's just terrifying in and of itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, Dad, you're supposed to be my rock, man. Stop using me as a human shield.
Towards the end of the tour, we were going to the surgery room when my dad almost fell on me because he felt a strong burst of cold air push him and it scared him so badly. The first photo of the 2 women was taken in the dining hall, as I said earlier. There was a balcony someone could walk onto. However, the window that the picture was taken at was directly next to the end of the balcony. From the way the face is positioned, it obviously wasn't someone leaning from the balcony. It was also taken by a digital camera. It wasn't a glitch or It wasn't a glitch or a reflection because the windows have no glass.
Quick shout out to 777 who just donated $36.69 on Twitch.
Thank you so much.
Bringing our total for June, which is actually July now, up to $69.69. And the messages haven't been here in a while. We've missed you, 777.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
joining us. Hopefully you can stay.
So the So the windows have no glass. The photo was inspected by experts who were all stumped. Plus, you can't edit things into a picture on a digital camera. So it was, I mean, technically you could edit it, put it back on the memory card, and then put it back to the camera.
Right. Or you can like stage something that you know will cause an effect to have it happen while still on the digital camera to show that it wasn't actually edited, but like it could have just been different. I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Someone posted like this picture of a girl in like pigtails and a cute dress on a swing, and it was like, let's take pictures on the swing. It'll be cute, they said. And it's just her swinging, right? But the way they took the picture, it looks like a fucking ghost.
Oh, yeah, because it's like all blurry and the hair's like all coming back in her face.
Yeah. The one of the black figure was taken by someone with an iPhone. The person who took it was in a rush and didn't realize what they'd shot. They also reported that the room was so cold, it felt like it was air conditioned. Ghosts, seriously, saving electricity bills.
Just saying, especially in Las Vegas, man, a haunting's not that bad.
Don't say that. There's obviously no air conditioning in this building since they've tried to keep it as original as possible. One story that was told to me really stuck out to me. Two sisters, Louise and Audrey, both contracted TB. Contracted.
Yeah, they put in a contract and they got themselves some freelance TB.
They both They both contracted TB. They both got it, okay? They both got TB. Louise did not make it, but her sister did. Whenever there was a recorder, I'm just making sure I said that right, placed in the room, every single time people heard a female voice ask Audrey, because Louise misses her sister, and that's heartbreaking. That is totally heartbreaking. I can't imagine. Yeah. I can't even imagine. Thanks for listening to my messy story. I'm glad I finally stopped being lazy. Once again, I love y'all's podcast. Stay spooky, Grace. Thank you so much for sharing your story. I would totally go on a tour there. I think that'd be really cool.
I'm down, dude. Yeah. Like, I want to go on a tour there. There's a lot of places that we do research on, and they come out creepy. That's East Coast, though, right? It is East Coast, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm thinking Pennsylvania. I'm probably wrong about that, though. But we've done a lot of topics. We've done 82 topics, to be exact, which really means we've done 164 topics between the two of us. So we have a full baseball season's worth of topics under our belt. So lots of stuff. But yeah, I would totally go check it out. And thank you so much for sending us your story from going there. We sincerely appreciate it. It's awesome to get stories from you folks. It's super awesome to get stories from people who have gone to some of the places that we've done topics about. We have the doll, Peakies, which came from the Island of the Dolls from Ralph, who went down there right after or before, I can't remember, I covered that topic. Pretty sure it was after. So, yeah, send us your stories, folks. We always appreciate it. Storytimewithscarish.com. Great stuff. Thank you so much. All right, quick look over into Stream Chat to see what you folks were saying during that. I did look over, because I do cheat when Robin's reading and read some of these. Karen said, actually, throughout all your faults, Adam, you make Robin happy, and that makes up for the rest of the stuff that annoys me about you. And we couldn't have this podcast, so I guess truce, smiley face.
Aww.
I gave her the finger, and she said, wow, subtle, Adam. Subtle.
Wow.
So it was a loving finger, though. So what?
I can't.
That's how I say bye to people sometimes.
I can't handle your bullshit right now.
Whatever. Karen says, LOL, I'm not an adult, and I don't plan on it anytime soon. When people ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? I go, I won't.
That's so depressing.
I don't think it's like I'm going to get childhood cancer or anything. It's just like,
okay.
It's like the Toys R Us theme song. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Toys R Us has millions of toys for me to play with. From trucks to trains.
And automobiles.
To video games. The biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz. She's the worst. I don't want to grow up because if I did, I wouldn't be a Toys R Us kid. Yes, I still remember that song. You're welcome.
I don't know that song. Obviously. I'm tired. I
gave you the blackest coffee on the planet, man.
It's racist.
That is not racist.
Yeah, I told Adam to make it super strong today because I barely got any sleep last night, and such is life.
Major Wolf says it's supposed to say oof with a bunch of F's and exclamation points, but as Karen pointed out, because he only used one O, it just says off. Oh, is what I read now.
That's what I feel like when Adam leaves the fan on. I'm just like, ah.
Kaylee says woof, laughing face. I don't know what it's about. And like, I read a meme today where it's like, 5 or 6 years ago, I started to say bro after my sentences ironically to make fun of people say bro. And then at some point, the irony faded out, and I'm just now one of those people that says bro. And I thought about that. I was like, I feel like everyone has a catchphrase that they absorbed initially, at least, ironically, where you were just saying it to make fun of it. And for me, I'm pretty sure it was boss. I started calling people boss a little bit because I hated it when people call me boss. Like someone come into work, like, hey, boss, you got this? And I'd be like a customer. And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I just hate being called that. And then I started saying that to other people for like a month. And then at some point, I'm like, oh, no, it's taking the turn. I have to stop saying this shit.
What were we talking about?
I don't know what you were thinking. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I think I said, what up, homie, like 3 times today. Because one intern would walk by and be like, what up, homie? He's like, hey, what's up? And then the other intern would walk by and be like, what up, homie?
You know what I said today, to the point where my boss was like, say it one more fucking time, I swear. Skirt steak. So I was talking about the food that I'm going to make tomorrow. And I was like, oh, yeah, we got like skirt steak from the store. And it's like marinated skirt steak. Or no, maybe it's seasoned skirt steak. And she's like, what kind of steak is it, Adam? Say it one more time. So I said it like another 100 times throughout the day.
Say it in Spanish.
I can't.
Oh, all right.
You know I can't. It's like aranchetas, I think, but it might be the wrong word. My mom recently found out that the word she thought referred to it is a different dialect out here, so it probably doesn't mean the same thing. Anna says, just finished reading a book. What I miss? Some good stories. Some legit good stories.
The Snark says, according to my husband, Wolf started in Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof.
Oh, my gosh.
That's where it started, but like it just cropped back up again. So I don't know why. It's annoying. Maybe the rumors that the Joker is going to be in the new Batman movie with Robert Pattinson and that they're eyeing Macaulay Culkin to play the Joker, which honestly I think would be pretty good casting. I was reading today that they're splitting the DCEU into 2 universes. We'll save this shit for our movie podcast.
All right. Glitch says, my friends use woof for everything, right? Hot person, woof. Look at that, woof. I am drunk, woof. It's like hang out with a pack of dogs.
It's true. It's 100% true. It's totally accurate.
The Snark says, oh, dude, I need to increase my solar offset. Seance at my house.
That's funny. Karen says, yeah, the loving fuck you. Well, in that case, from the bottom of my heart, I hope you choke on a muffin. Truce over. I don't eat muffins. Suck it. Just saying. Seriously, though, Karen, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining us like every week. Oh, wow, that was really mean.
Oh, I didn't mean that as mean.
Every day I put on my pants, I think the same thing.
You're my blueberry muffin. Blueberry muffins are my favorite.
Wow, dude, you just keep stacking these fucking bombs up.
But they're my favorite.
Blueberry is something that our niece calls me to say nicely, like he's fat, because she references like they were telling her like describe what Uncle Adam looks like, and she's like he's like a blueberry, and they're like, what do you mean? And our niece is like, like in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, there's that one kid who like turns into a blueberry, and that's what Uncle Adam reminds me of. He's like a blueberry. I was just like, oh, I'm a fat piece of crap, thanks. So
no,
I'm not just a muffin, I'm a blueberry muffin.
You're my favorite muffin. My favorite muffin.
Thank you. So you have other muffins then?
No.
Good to know.
Liz is probably a lemon sesame muffin. She's probably watching like, I fucking hate you.
Karen says, suck my left pinky toe and a 72-degree angle blueberry. Awesome. I'm glad we've shared this insult with all of you. So good stuff.
All right. So the Snark says we should do a scarier stats party. Basically record every time they do something. Number of topics, number of times Adam freaks Robin out, etc. It works better with D&D podcast. That's hilarious.
It does work better with D&D podcast.
Oh my God, Trip 7 says, I call my dudes big dick. What the fuck?
Call my dudes big dick?
Yeah.
That's funny. I say my dude to a lot of people at work just because I like hearing that said to me.
I say all right a lot
all
at work.
Right. Kaylee says lemon poppy seed muffin. That's funny. Cat Beatrix says that is so freaking cute.
The Snark says you and Larry should talk about movies more.
We should. Be really fun to do. I mean, we're going to have special guests on that podcast, so let's just saying, at some point, we're probably going to have you guys over and have an episode with 4 people crammed into this tiny office.
Oh my God. Trip 7's so cute. Just like, Adam is a blueberry muffin. That man is a snack.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much. Karen says, try a muffin with frosting. It's called a cupcake. That's funny. I love cupcakes too. I fucking love cupcakes too.
But It depends. It can't be overly frosted because then I just scrape most of the frosting off.
I agree. I think there's
Like-
only like 1 or 2 frostings I like enough where I wouldn't just scrape it off if it was over frosted. But I don't know. I'm a fat piece of crap apparently, so I'd probably just eat it.
Shut the fuck up, okay? God.
This is the sort of like positive reinforcement I get. The nicest things that are said to me is if I say something bad about myself, I get told to shut the fuck up.
Trip7 says hashtag Team Muffin.
There you go. I'll take that hashtag all day. Hashtag Team Muffin. Fuck yeah.
All right.
All right. So scroll back up to Queen Caffeine's ghost story via dog or homegrown horror.
Okay.
Because it's just so fucking good, dude.
We're going to include this in the episode, right? That's why. Okay. Hold on. I got to scroll. Okay.
All right. I'm going to mark it and just do like a little mini intro on it.
So we had someone in our Twitch chat tonight give us a really cute, adorable story that's super appropriate considering it's going to be July 4th, the day after we actually record this. And you probably have already experienced 4th of July in America if this is on Friday and you're listening to this. So Queen Caffeine on Twitch says this is her pupper's scary story from his perspective. Nighttime, got a tinkle, go outside, sniffy big tree branch, drown the ants, take that, meanie ants. Sudden, big boom sounds, bark, 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 run in the house and lay on mommy for protection. Scary sounds outside, no likey. That's
so perfect, dude. Like,
it's cute.
That is the homegrown horror from a dog's perspective.
That's literally what our dog did on Monday.
When we were recording the episode. She came to the door. I left it in. I totally left it in the episode. Her whining. I just like edited out like how long it took to get up and open the door. So like it was whining sounds, us saying the dog's there, door sounds, then you talking again.
Yeah.
But like she's kind of afraid of Brett a little bit because Brett's pretty tall. But when it came to like loud sounds outside, she was just like, I will hang out next to the big guy, because she was definitely very scared. So that one's super cute. Thank you for like saying that. I was gonna say sending that in, but mentioning that in the chat on the live stream, Queen Caffeine, pretty solid shit.
Cute.
So I'm gonna move on to my last homegrown horror of the evening.
But not the,
just my. And the subject is The Weeping Woman. I don't know why I'm going to say this, but I'm just going to toss
I'm already freaked out.
I mean, it's La Llorona. So, and on top of that, they gave me pronunciation, and the pronunciation is wrong. Or, I mean, I guess I say wrong. It's probably correct. It says Yodona. So I thought it was supposed to be Llorona. But whatever. Let's get to it. Homegrown horror. It literally says homegrown horror in all caps, La Llorona. In honor of the horror movie The Legend of La Llorona that just came out, I'm sending this in.
You can't roll your R's. That's the
Correct.
problem.
We actually took a picture. I shoved my phone camera into my mouth and took a picture of the top of my mouth, and then took a picture of the top of Robin's mouth because the top of my mouth has like a crevice on it, which keeps me from flattening. Yeah, there's no shelf at all in my mouth, and it's like a peak where it just like my tongue cannot.
It's weird.
It's weird. I have a fucked up mouth, but I can whistle with the top of my mouth. It like when you press your tongue to the top of your mouth to roll your R's, mine just whistles. So I'm gonna get back into this shit. There was a time when more than once the horror was homegrown. In a Hispanic family,
hilarious.
There is little to no science involved in the explanation of the paranormal occurrences that cultivate in a home. There is little to no comfort when it comes to unwanted visitations from the beyond. There is one thing, however, and it comes with a price. When you grow up among superstition, there is the relief that one day you too will become used to these happenstances. I thought I was going to say one of these happenstances.
I don't think I could ever get used to seeing scary things or experiencing strange noises or hearing someone cry. You know what I mean? I don't think I could get used to disembodied activity.
I think you might just become like more seasoned at avoiding it. You know what I mean? Like you probably won't ever get used to it, but you're smart enough to preserve yourself because you kind of know the rules. This is not a story of a first-hand experience, but one that has been told and retold in our family. It was in the late 1970s in a small village deep in Mexico, where legends are not only stories, that this particular encounter with the Weeping Woman, aka La Llorona, was beheld. I was planning on typing out the legend of La Llorona, but thought maybe you guys could use an episode to research her and talk about her. P.S. I'm pretty sure we already have. Right? Pretty sure we covered her because I remember fucking up her name continuously and getting a ton of shit for it. If not, that is totally fine. I can just tell it some other time. Different versions of the washing machine have been around since the washing machine. Maybe this was an autocorrect mistake. Since the 40s, around the 50s, most homes owned a washing machine. No, it's straight up about washing machine. So we just kind of transitioned to the story that has a washing machine tie-in.
All right.
This one was sent by Maytag, by the way. Around the 50s, most homes owned a washing machine. However, in a small, secluded village, such as the one the story takes place, no such machinery was available or affordable to most, so the women stuck to their old ways of washing clothes in the river by hand. Cool fact, a lot of homes in Mexico still wash clothes by hand in a built-in basin made of sandstone on the balcony specifically made to wash clothes.
That's cool.
In parentheses, it's raining as I'm typing this up, so I'm getting chills. Patty was born and raised in the small village in Mexico, so she had been accustomed to their ways. I think it's accustomed. The village survived mostly by its own grown produce and some imported goods. The women, as I mentioned earlier, washed their own clothes by the river that was no more than a mile away. The neighborhood woman would choose a day to travel altogether to go wash clothes. It would bring them comfort and safety, not
That's
to
smart.
mention it's very smart. There's always safety in numbers. Unless you're in like a cult, in which case that's really bad. It would bring them comfort. I'm just saying,
if you're a death cult.
if you're the one person like not wearing the robe or carrying like Kool-Aid, actually the Kool-Aid thing might be beneficial for you. But if they're all in robes, there's not safety in numbers there for you at least. All right. It would bring them comfort and safety, not to mention good company, as they would spend hours by the river. Nevertheless, it was very easy to get distracted chatting and catching up with friends. Patty was around 16 years old and just about the youngest of the group, but very well liked among the women, for she had 8 other siblings that everyone knew and loved as well. As the day progressed, while she washed clothes, Patty began to look around and noticed that she was almost alone. She decided she was nearly done and there was no point in returning tomorrow, so she rushed to hurry and finish up the last of the laundry and not be the last one having to walk back to the village alone. The lady she had been talking with soon announced she was finished and offered to wait for her, but Patty, being the polite girl that she was, told her that she was almost finished anyways and to go on ahead so she doesn't miss the next group and she would catch up soon. The lady was hesitant but ultimately decided to go ahead, noticing that Patty was indeed almost done. Patty soon finished up and was happy to notice that she was not the last one there. Oh my fucking God. Right across the river was a lady sitting there. She didn't seem to be washing, but Patty didn't pay much attention to that,
waiting for children to come so
as
she
she
can drown them.
quickly packed her washed clothes. Is exactly what I was thinking. A cold wind picked up, and Patty shivered at the goosebumps it created on her bare skin. She rubbed the sides of her arms in efforts to create friction, but the unusually cold wind kept blowing, and that is when she heard it. Someone was crying. She carried her pack with her back to the river, but it was not fear what she felt, at least not yet. She thought about the lady across the river and thought that something might be wrong.
Oh my gosh.
Patty turned to look at the lady once more and noticed that indeed she was crying. She was covering her face with her hands as her haunting sobs were carried by the wind.
Blood.
Yet Patty still felt no fear. So Patty's just a good person that's like concerned that there's another human being that's in distress here. Sorry, my email just jumped halfway across the screen. All right. Cross the river. Towards Patty, still covering her face.
Okay.
And that is when Patty finally realized what the words were that accompanied the woman's weeping.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Words that still haunt her to this day. Hey, okay, it's Hay. Hey, mis hijos. Pretty sure said it all wrong. It means, oh my children. Hijos. It's hijos. Fuck. I can't read this. I feel so bad. Hey, mi hijos. Totally screwed it up. And that is the last of her memories before waking up right outside her house, unable to speak. No one can confirm this story to be true because there were no other witnesses. The only thing that the rest of her family can testify is that when they found her, she was unable to speak a single word for weeks, and she stayed that way. Okay, that's incorrect. It was written incorrectly. Hang on. Damn it. I hate this thing. The only thing the rest of her family can testify is that when they found her, she was unable to speak a word, and for weeks she stayed that way. When she was finally able to regain her voice, all she talked about was her encounter with La Llorona. Patty is my aunt. She still lives in Mexico City, and she told me about this encounter when I visited her and the rest of my family when I was 14. I am now 27 years old, but it is a hard story to forget about. She has 10 brothers and sisters, and some of them were too young or not yet born when this happened, in parentheses, my mom. But those who do remember speak of her paranoia and loss of speech, yet they cannot confirm if her story is real or not. In the end, Will it really matter what others tell you? Will it really matter what they believe? Of course not. Believing is a choice, and with that choice, we adopt feelings such as joys, sadnesses, and of course, fears, all while incorporating our own personal demons. Thus, our own personal fears are born. What might scare you might not necessarily scare others, but all I can say about these stories is that I believe they saw something. Thank you for reading. I have many more stories, but it's hard to find the time these days. Well, if you can find the time, please send more, because we sincerely appreciate it, because that's super fucking creepy.
I think that it's so crazy. You could totally just be out doing whatever and come across a ghost. You know what I mean?
We've mentioned it like a lot lately. Like, how many times have you walked past a ghost and not realized it?
It's just frightening to think about.
What's funny is I've never thought that in my life before we started bringing it up. What I've thought about like most days of my life is how many times have I walked past someone who's like a serial killer or a murderer and just not known it. Quick question. What are you doing on the Scarish website? Because I kept looking up and you're just scrolling furiously through Scarish.com.
I'm just thinking about what edits I need to make the Scarish website later.
Cool.
Anyway, yeah, so thank you so much for sending your story.
Yeah, we sincerely appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, let's look over into Stream Chat and see what you folks had to say. Hopefully you guys weren't also on Scarish.com not listening to the story. Karen says, meh, I can't stay mad at Chew Bro. Muffin all the way. Truce back on. Smiley face. Truce. Two-tapper.
Valley Grill says, all anyone ever does now is just pile icing on. I can't do the sugar. Yeah, because
then they put more shit on the icing now to make it look fancier.
Yeah, so they do the cupcake, then they put on a crap ton of icing, and then they put more icing to like make it look like a succulent or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like too much.
Someone showed me that they're starting to do that with Bloody Marys. They're like decorating Bloody Marys with a ton of shit, and there's like a contest for what you can decorate a Bloody Mary with. And it's like, if you Google it, it's just ridiculous images. Like, some guy won a contest because he had a big jug that was a Bloody Mary, and he decorated it with like a Thanksgiving dinner that he somehow balanced on it. And on that Thanksgiving dinner was another Bloody Mary. So it's like, wow, this has gone way too fucking far. And that's like where we are with cupcakes right now, too. Karen says, bork, bork, gotta take a tinkle. That's so funny. Major Wolf says, Adam, I want to be a special guest and tell you all my scary stories. We are in Las Vegas. We're going to have meetups in this area for free very soon. So maybe that will happen. At the very least, maybe we can record a story time in person with some of you folks, which is what we did when we went to Winchester Mystery House.
If you want to listen to our Patreon exclusive Storytime episode that we recorded with a few of the people that we met up with when we went to go to the Winchester, go to patreon.com/scarishpodcast. Tiers start at $1 and you get access to a whole bunch of stuff. Discount code right now for
Early
our
access.
Teespring shop. There's exclusive access to new merchandise for the summer that is available to you first with a discount code for 10% off of our Teespring store. So if you guys want to head over to patreon.com/scarishpodcast and do that, you go ahead and do that.
Finger guns, take a shot. Kaylee says, I want to be a guest, smiley face. It would be awesome to have folks on. It would be awesome to just meet up and actually get some stories, which would be super fucking cool.
Whenever we go to visit places, that I think should be the plan, that we are going to record story times with fans that have stories.
If we ever get to do live shows, if we ever get big enough, it'll be super cool for us to read a topic each, do the thing. And then after that, have a session where it's like, I know most places book like 2 hours for their live shows to try and hit a solid hour on our topics. And then move on to an hour of homegrown horrors just from the audience. I think that'd be super fucking cool.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Let's see. Glitch says, if you sing My Sharona instead of La Llorona.
That's how I remember it now.
Yeah.
Major Wolf says, Moaning Myrtle. I'm pretty sure Moaning Myrtle is inspired by La Llorona.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's like the same legend. It's someone who wails near water.
Yeah, but she, didn't she get murdered in the bathroom by people?
She saw the basilisk.
Ah, you're right. Oh, look at your nerdiness coming out.
I haven't even read the books. I've just seen the movies a bunch.
All right.
Karen says, swim with a buddy, always. Yes, because if you cramp up, you're going to drown otherwise. Karen says, cake by the ocean. Nah, closed by the river.
777 says, bruh, I've been so busy I haven't even listened to the Winchester episode. That sounds dope.
It's okay. We understand the business, seriously.
The Snark says, OMG moaning Myrtle spoilers.
That's hilarious.
I'm
Karen says, Patty, run. Run, Patty, run. Run like the wind. Go, Patty, go. Run, Patty, run. During the story. The person's name was Patty.
Major Wolf says, run, Forrest, run. Are you ready?
No, and it's your no, not yet. Karen says, dude, decorate a Bloody Mary with blood, or Mary, ayo, Mary, come here for a sec.
You gotta tap that. It's like a keg.
It's so gross. I don't like Bloody Marys.
I don't either.
All right, I am now caught up. You can move into the last one.
Sweet. This is going to be our final email of the night, and it's from Mike. The title is Sleep Paralysis.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
It goes, hey guys, I found your podcast on Spotify a few days ago, and I'm really enjoying it so far.
Shout out Spotify.
Hearing your episodes on sleep paralysis reminded me of the very first time I had to deal with it and how I thought my house was haunted. I was in high school at the time. It was a stormy night, cliche I know, but true, and the thunder was so loud it woke me up. I remember not being able to move much. I was only able to turn my head, and that's when I saw him. I could make out an outline of a young boy by my bed. Okay. When MySpace was a thing, people used to...
This is just...
this is a tangent.
I was like, MySpace is evil.
When No. When MySpace was a thing, people would send out these chain letters on MySpace that were like, if you don't pass this on to 5 people, you're going to have a little boy come visit you at night. And
it was right when like The Ring came out too.
Or something like, yeah. So it was really freaky. So this is what that reminds me of. This story reminds me of that.
So this person clearly didn't forward the chain mail on MySpace.
You didn't forward that chain letter like 10, 15 years ago. Anyway, I couldn't move or speak. I was only able to turn my head away so that I couldn't see him. Nothing really happened after this incident until one day I noticed my bedroom door slowly creak open from the other side. The reason this was strange was because my door was poorly installed because I had installed it.
That's funny.
That's unfortunate. So in order for it to stay shut, you would have to press it shut from the other side. The reason this was strange was I already read that. So you would have to press it.
Please start it again with some silence from the beginning.
Okay. So in order for it to stay shut, you would have to press it shut so it's stuck between the door frame, meaning that there was no quiet way to open the door. You would always have to use a bit of force to open it. Every now and then, though, it would always slowly creak open with no one on the other side. Eventually, the door fell off its hinges on its own.
That is not easy to do. As long as there's like the bolt through the hinge,
it's
falling off a hinge should not be happening at all.
A few years later, I told a friend of mine about my experience with a ghost, and they were very skeptical. Can't blame them for that. They told me about sleep paralysis and the symptoms involved. I took that for what it was and figured that I had hallucinated a ghost in my room. Since then, I've had several bouts of sleep paralysis, and the symptom... Since then, I have had several bouts of sleep paralysis, and though the first few times were terrifying, I learned to deal with it. Of all the other times it has happened, though, that was the only time I had a visual hallucination. I'm not too sure how often visual hallucinations occur with sleep paralysis, but I assume not often. Sorry for this being long. Keep up the good work, guys. Really dig the show. Mike.
Thank you for sending it in, Mike.
Thank you for sending that in. It's crazy with sleep paralysis because it's different for everybody. And if you're having visual hallucinations a whole bunch, somebody else might not be having that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just everyone's brain is wired differently, and you're going to experience these things differently. It's just crazy.
It's not even the craziest thing to me isn't how many types of ways people experience this differently, because it is experienced differently by a bunch of people. It's how many people experience like the identical same thing when it comes to the night hag or whatever she's actually called, you know? Like the old hag syndrome part of it, because it's like all over the world where people see the same thing. Like if you see different things, it's a way easier to convince yourself you're just hallucinating. But when you see something and you feel like an evil presence and it looks exactly like the same thing all the other people report, it's just super creepy. So sleep paralysis is definitely scary. I've only hallucinated once, similar to you. It was my most recent time though, not my first. So awesome. Good stuff. Good stories this episode, gotta say.
It was really solid. You guys are so awesome for sharing these stories with us. We really can't do it without you. So if you have your stories that you want to share with us, or your friends or your family or whatnot, email us.
Storytime at scarish.com. And you can message us. Facebook.com/scarishpodcast. @scarishpod is our Twitter, and @scarishpodcast is our Instagram. Or you can go to scarish.com, the website, and click on Contact Us, because we want to hear your stories. We sincerely do. We kind of like started the intro before going to Stream Chat and doing Marbles on Stream. Or started the outro, I should say. So let's check out Stream Chat.
Yeah.
Cool.
McShay Base says, your live show ideas are amazing. So pumped for your Down Under tour. If I can't get to the States beforehand, the Snarked has offered you, McShake and Bake, a crash space if you need it, if you're coming to the U.S. And the Snarked and his husband are absolutely amazing people.
They are. And holy shit,
yeah.
If you want to eat, they know every amazing place in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Anna, thank you. Anna, thank you for joining us. Long drive home tomorrow. Sleep well, drive safe.
Linda Diaz has Pokemon. Stranger Things new season releases in a few hours.
Yeah, super fucking jacked for that.
So stoked. I am so excited. Is that what we're doing tonight?
I think it should be. I just want to drink.
It's 4th of July tomorrow. Doesn't matter. We can totally
stay up as late as we want. We can slid up.
Heck yeah. Anyway.
All right, I am caught up on my Stream Chat, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you fine folks, if you would like to play Marbles on Stream, switch over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast right now. I'm going to get this fired up while Robin reads the rest of the Stream Chat over there in Twitch.
It's done.
So awesome. Robin's going to vamp while I get this fired up.
So I'm going to explain, if this is your first time joining us for a live stream, our live streams always have 2 Marbles on Screen races. Stream races. And if you haven't joined us before, Marbles on Stream is just this game that we play on Twitch. It doesn't work with YouTube. I am so sorry. So if you're on YouTube right now, hop on over to twitch.tv, create an account if you don't already have one. They're absolutely free. BT Dubs, you can connect your Amazon Prime account with your Twitch TV account and get a free subscription for any channel that you want to support. AIE-US. And so if you join
AIE-US.
Yeah. So YouTube, hop on over to twitch.tv/scarishpodcast. Create an account. It's absolutely free. Jump on into our Marbles on Stream game. It's just a free little game that we play with our spooky friends, and it's a way for you to win a Scarish sticker or a coaster or whatever that I have in stock right now. So I think tonight I'm going to do coasters because I still have a few coasters left. And we sign our coasters when we give out the coasters. And plus 4th of July, let's celebrate, right? So we're going to celebrate 4th of July by doing 2 races. Each winner of the races will get a coaster each, and we sign them. If you want me to draw a little ghosty on it, we can draw a ghosty on it, or I draw a ghosty on it. Adam has no drawing skills whatsoever.
It will literally be a smiley face if you want it from me.
But yes, so if you want to join us, twitch.tv/scarishpodcast.
And if you're there right now, type an !vote, then a space, then the number that corresponds to the track you would like to race. If you would like to help us select the track that we are going to race, right now the track that's in first place is Pixel's Death Alley. It is a democracy. Whichever one gets the most votes wins. After the first race, whoever won the first race, where it says winner's choice right there, their name or their choice will be used as a tiebreaker. For instance, right now it says tie because there's a track or 2 or 3 or 4 that all have the same amount of votes. Because of that, it says tie. Once we have a winner, we'll use their pick to determine which one will race if there is a tie. So go ahead and type an !vote, a space, and then the number of the track that you would like to race.
Trip7 asks where they can buy these coasters. I haven't put them on our Etsy shop yet, so nowhere quite yet. I will put them on our Etsy shop. It's just a little difficult for me thinking about the coaster situation, just because I want to be able to ship them everywhere. I'm trying to figure out if it's possible for me to ship something that thick. We'll see. They're just regular coasters. They're not like silicone coasters or anything. They're just regular coasters. Anyway, yes, we will sign these coasters, though, for the winners of these 2 races. So if you are still on YouTube, please join us over at twitch.tv/scarishpodcast if you want to be a part of Marbles on Stream. Be a part of it. Be a part of it.
Before I switched over, Karen said, I'm so lucky I have very few nightmares that I remember and just few dreams in general. That is nice, especially if you actually sleep well because of that. Right now, Pixel's Death Alley is still in the lead. Last time it scrolled by, it had, I believe, 4 votes. We have a lot of singles out there spattered all over and a few things as well. The Snark says, oh no, oh my Xbox froze. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. That is not good.
What else is there that's really cool about this? I don't know. But okay.
It's just fun. It's fun to race.
While everyone's voting, if you want to, check out our merch store, our Streamlabs store. There's a link located down in the description of our channel. So if you're on a desktop viewer type thing, if you scroll down, it's right below the little video viewer. It says, check out our merch store. And we have merch on there. We have a couple exclusive things on our Streamlabs store that we don't offer on our Teespring store. So if you want to check that out, and whenever you buy something, it shows up on the stream. Not the actual item, but like the name of the item, I think, right?
It'll say like so-and-so has purchased this item.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. And I mean, anytime you guys want to support us, we have a donate link down at the bottom in our description as well.
We're going to go ahead and get this race kicked off because Pixel's
sweet,
Death
thanks.
Alley is still in first place.
Okay, cool. But yes, please help support this podcast. Keep it going because we love it when you help us
Because we
out.
hate each other and the money's the only thing keeping us here.
Oh, you.
Exclamation point play. If you would like to join the race, Christian J. Wolf is first, and then we're going to have a lot of people joining, fingers crossed. After that, I'm going to go ahead and join myself. So I want them stats for the season.
My sister texted me, well, my younger sister texted me this morning. She's like, I don't think I can be playing marbles tonight because I have to go ride horses after work. I'm like, oh, okay.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
All right, we have only 10 marbles in right now, folks. So exclamation point play if you would like to join.
Pretty solid odds that you...
It's, pretty high that you will win something if you join this evening.
And what's funny is a lot of the winners lately have been first... whatchamacallit?
First timers?
First timers. So first time to the stream has usually been the winners. It's kind of cool. Valley Grill says, did anyone else see that Marbles is now a phone app? That's kind of cool.
I did not see that. Hopefully they will get the stability going on their regular app now soon because this thing taxes the fuck out of my laptop. And it's a pretty simple program. All right, we only have 11 marbles in. This will be our smallest race of all time if we don't get a few more of them in there. I know we have around 16 people watching the stream right now. So if you would like to join, I'm going to give you about 20, 30 more seconds to do so before I get this thing started. High odds of winning for everyone who has joined in.
So if you're still on YouTube, please, we have 2 races tonight. This is just the first one. You can still join the second race if you're still trying to make a Twitch account, do all that fun stuff. Also, twitch.amazon.com. Link your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account. It is free. Amazon gives you free loot. It's Twitch Prime. They give you cool Overwatch stuff sometimes, other games, freaking Fortnite. They give away so much free stuff.
They give away a lot of stuff.
So you go link that. There's also a link on scaryish.com. If you want to scroll down to the bottom of scaryish.com, there is a Twitch Prime link and a free 30-day trial to Amazon. So
now you know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Again. All right. So we got 12. That's what we're going to go with. Going to hit start countdown. Anyone who hasn't joined yet, you have 10 seconds from now to go ahead and join us. And for those of you who are in right now, high odds of winning something because I'm in, Robin's in, and so is my mom. So there's really just 9. So let's get it started.
Let's get it started in,
Sure.
I'm so excited to eat after this.
All right, Glitch Grim is in first place with A's Monster right behind and Queen Caffeine, but I think that's actually Queen Caffeine's record-setting pace from before. This one is so much fun. Valley Grills is now in the lead. It looks like Glitch Grim and the Snark have been eliminated. It would be great if it took me to the front. There it goes. A's Monster is now in first place.
No!
You were hit by the pulsating rods, but you have somehow survived and are making it through Dre. Or just Dre. Is now in first place. A's Monster right behind, and Valley Grills in third place.
Holy cow, this map.
That's a really good line they took right between all of those.
Oh my goodness.
Pulsating rods, making their way through the obstacles.
Making my way downtown.
They're in first place by a ways. Robin Grace has been eliminated. I think we can all breathe a deep sigh of relief because of that. Still doing okay.
Holy
Made it right through. They're
dude.
trying to set this record because Queen Caffeine set the record at 1:43. and it can't be much further. And that's another good line right there. They're avoiding these rods. Never mind. Dre is dead. R.I.P. Dre.
Oh, my goodness.
Sometimes, motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. Just saying, A's Monster is in... It's actually first place. Queen Caffeine's Ghost Ball is up front, and it looks like Queen Caffeine will hold on to the record tonight. I think they just skipped...
Scary.
Oh, my God! They completely skipped the obstacle course, and now just have to avoid some pulsating rods and make it to the end, because they are way in first place.
Oh
Valley
my
Grills
gosh.
back there just got launched, and it looks like has been eliminated as well. There is only 4 marbles left, and as long as Abe's Monster doesn't die
for this?
at the very end, which you might have just died at the very end. Nope, you made it back in. It looks like Abe's Monster is going to... Oh, never mind. There's still some pulsating rods left.
No.
All right, you have cleared it.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Abe's Monster. You have earned it. The only person alive besides you is my mom. Everyone else died. So let's see her race against Certain Doom encroaching from behind while the pulsating rods are in the front, because that was a high rate of death.
Glitch Grim says, that's the worst part about having old timers. You forget about Dre, then sometimes you remember.
That's funny.
Valley Girl says, go, Linda, go.
Come on, Spooky Mom, you can make it. Jesus Christ, I hate tracks that slow you down. This one's not as bad because it speeds you up and just smashes you into those obstacles, so it's kind of fun. So it looks like my mom is going to collect some points on the season, unless she dies here.
Oh my god, oh my gosh.
Made it through. Congratulations to Linda A. Diaz. Winner, Abe's Monster. You earned yourself a coaster. Let's see those final results. Abe's Monster is going to pick up bonus XP. How much? Just 6. It's kind of lame.
But considering you beat everyone.
Yeah, you're up to 20 points on the season. Robin is at 44, and she didn't even collect any. I and Queen Caffeine are tied at 21 with Glitch at 19. So we're having a pretty competitive season if you took Robin out of the mix. All right, we got one more race, folks. Exclamation point vote and the track you would like to race. And we will see. Abe's Monster, you will break the tie if we have one.
The Snarked asks what I'm eating. After this, I'm eating cat caw that I made, and it's delicious. I love catfish so much.
I'll tell you all a fun story here. So the first time Robin made this meal, I wouldn't say for me, but just around me, I asked her what's it called because I had written down the recipe on a Word document so that we could make it again in the future. And Robin told me that it's called gakkaw. Pretty sure I said it right, maybe. I don't know. She'd be yelling at me if I said it wrong.
Yeah.
But I kind of asked her, like, how do you spell it? And she just, Robin does this thing where if she doesn't want to answer you, she just decides, like, I'm done with this conversation. And it's one of those things where she just decided, like, she wasn't going to fucking say another word to me. So I kept asking her, like, how do you spell it? Like, can you just say it again? Spell it phonetically? Just something so I can save the document, the name of it. And I was like, if you don't tell me, I'm just going to name it whatever. Okay. Like, fine, I'm just naming it whatever. So for the last several years, we've had a piece of paper floating around with a recipe for what I call catfish blowjobs. And no joke, she had it out one day because she was making it, and my mom came over and she's like, what the hell is catfish blowjobs? And I'm like, it's just really good catfish. That's all I know, man. Abe's Monster says, sorry guys, something came up, so I gotta go, and I'll pass my win on to the next person. That'll be a little bit difficult because it was my mom, and then after that, I have no idea.
There's no one because everyone kept dying.
So, all right, good night, Abe's Monster. We'll circle back through and see who came in third place. And reach out to you to see if you would like to claim the win. Right now, Eye of the Storm 2 is the track that's in first place. So get some more votes in there, and we will see what happens with that. Fun in the sun. I would like to think that people are not here because it's the holiday. It's like right before 4th of July. And they have better shit to do than to listen to us. And not that everyone's decided that they hate us and they don't want to join us on the stream anymore. So fingers crossed that that's not the case.
Twitch Prime is giving away skins for Apex Legends right now. What?
Snark says, Robin, you got to teach me how to make the caramel.
Oh,
or caramel.
That part I did kind of melt my chopsticks last night, but it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple. My mom usually makes a sauce that she uses, but I don't have that sauce. My sister does, so I have to make my own caramel for it.
All right, Eye of the Storm 2 is the track we're going to go with.
What? There's Red Dead Online loot too. There's a lot of stuff.
There is a lot of stuff.
So yeah, you guys, Twitch Prime.
Christian Wolf says, do a third race to replace the first race. 777 says, I concur. We'll think about that during this race. How about that? All right, exclamation point play if you would like to join.
I have the story. This one's new.
Yeah, we don't have a record for this one, so it is brand new for us.
Trip7 says, how is it 8 a.m. with the sun still up? It's probably 8
p.m.
8 p.m.
I don't know.
The Snark says, I've always crystallized. What does that mean? When it's crystallized, what does that mean?
It's like you've taken too much of the moisture out of it, so it's no longer caramel, or however you say it. It like becomes like shards at the bottom.
Oh.
All right.
I put water in it. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was watching a video on YouTube. I follow Simon and Martina on YouTube, and Martina just did a video on how to make poutine. And Poutine. It's like pudding.
Oh, okay.
It's like flan.
Pudding.
And she shows you how to make caramel for the bottom of the flan. So that might be a really good video to watch because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then she also made royal milk tea. So I was like, fuck yeah, I love royal milk tea.
All right, so we only have 10 marbles in this stream. We lost 1, so that stinks. Actually, we're under by 2. We had 12 last time. I think my mom didn't join this time. No big deal. For those of you who are watching but haven't joined, if you would like to join, exclamation point play in the chat, right meow. Otherwise, we're going to get started here in about 20 seconds. Robin, just YouTube leche flan.
I've never made Filipino flan. I've made average American flan. I've tried to make creme brulee to not successful results.
Not terrible results, though. I remember a few of the creme brulees that you made were pretty good. All right, we have 11, 12.
Oh, yeah, the scriptory's in. Boo, boo.
Way to join, Liz.
Did I join?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Yeah, the Robin Grace. You're right there.
Thanks.
All right, we have 12. We're going to go ahead and get started with this one. If you still want to join, you have 10 seconds starting now. And let's see what this track looks like. Looks like a big tire. So once we get to 0, we can look around a little bit more.
A bit tired.
That one wasn't that bad, I guess.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to come out of this giant funnel into some tubes, a series of tubes. What the fuck is that? All right, this is going to get interesting here, folks. So let's go ahead and move towards the center of this giant tube.
Queen Caffeine
and look
says,
down.
I won last week and wanted to pass it on. Did you contact the next person? We did. I literally still have the packages on my desk, though, because it's been kind of a crazy week. But I will send it out, not tomorrow morning because it's 4th of July, but Friday. I will send it out Friday.
Along with whoever won this week.
Yes.
All right, we're all circling the drain here. No one's made it through quite yet. Kind of looks like a bee hole, but it also kind of looks like a knot in some wood.
It looks like a bullet hole.
A bullet hole? Yeah, a little bit. Looks like the scriptory is going to be the first person to make it through.
Yeah, boy.
All right, let's see what this track does after this. Looks like Malum, Linda, the Robin Grace, basically all the people who are involved in the making of this show are in 1st through 4th. Glitch is in 2nd. McShake and Bake's in 2nd now, too. All right. So that was pretty terrifying. It looks like there's nails inside that. Another one of these things. The scriptory jumped right through.
Like, yeah.
Some of us are still filtering through. There's like a sifter, like if you were putting powdered sugar on some brownies. Now I'm really hungry. Still in 1st place with the Snarked right behind. Looks like the Snark just totally taking the lead on that one. It will not let me jump to the Snarked. It just really wants to watch Glitch, and don't we all? Let's be real. All right. Another funnel. Whoever made this just had the biggest boner for funnels. Snarked is making through pretty fast.
No.
I hate you so much. All right, we got some bumps. Looks like my mom's right behind the Snarked. We're jumping through a cloud now. This is just really weird. The Snarked has been eliminated. My mom has been eliminated.
Oh, wow. This is torturous.
The scriptory is going through right now along with Queen Caffeine. It won't let me jump to the scriptory because the scriptory has been eliminated. Robin is still here. Christian and Valley Girls are all now right here as well. Queen Caffeine looks like they made it through.
Oh, no.
Never mind. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh,
the Robin Grace has also not made it through. Christian J. Wolf is now in 1st place by default because I think just about everyone else is dead except for some folks still up there. 777 has been eliminated now. I wonder what would happen if we had a race where no one won because everyone died. We have a fan blade coming up. I'm still hanging strong back there. Never mind, I've been eliminated. McShake and Bake, Glitch, Dre, and Valley Girls are the only folks left besides Christian, who is trying to make his way through this fan blade to collect a win. It's just on the other side of that.
Oh my goodness.
That is not the direction you want to be going, because here comes McShake and Bake, intent on taking his first win of this young season. But it looks like Christian's in front.
Bake. Oh, yeah.
This is going to get really interesting at the end. McShake and Bake
Oh my gosh.
has snuck by. Congratulations. Hope this makes you mend a little bit better, because you just took first place. Christian took second. Glitch is back there in third. Dre and Valley Girls are fighting it out for fourth. So congratulations, McShake and Bake, and welcome back. Dre just launched really high in the air. Maybe they're just skipping the whole track now.
Crazy. That was an insane finish. I say we do one more, though, because, I mean...
I'm okay with one more.
Yeah, let's just do one more. Redo for the first race. Because we have... The only people that survived were Linda and the
A's
winner.
Monster.
So,
and A's Monster passed.
Yeah.
All right, so will Valley Grills make it through before the wave of death approaches? I think so. Congratulations, Valley Grills. You will collect some points for this season. McShake and Bake says, hey, sweet, can I please pass it along? If you would like, absolutely. The next person, I believe, is Christian.
Sweet.
Yep.
So
Congratulations,
I have your address already. So I will mail that. We'll sign it and mail that along with your other thing from a while back as well, I think.
It shows that McShake and Bake collected 5 points, although it says it's supposed to be 8 plus bonus 8. So this should be 16. Weird how it's distributing points if it's not Robin collecting 20 points per race. I feel like she's hacked my mainframe and become self-aware. All right. So we have one more race tonight. We've decided we're going to do a third race. So exclamation point vote, then a number.
Let's see. Which ones haven't we done yet? We've done so many.
We've done, yeah. Seriously, we really have.
Tundra Tumble. I don't remember that one. Boop.
Do you ever get that like pain on your nose where you know a pimple's coming in? Like I noticed it earlier today. I bumped Robin's nose with my nose. It's not as adorable as it sounds, but it really freaking hurt, and I can just feel it with every facial movement. All right, Fear of Heights is in first place right now. McShake and Bake, however, voted for Twists and Turns 2. So if we wind up with a tie, Twists and Turns 2 will win.
And if any of you are still on YouTube, hop over to twitch.tv/scaryishpodcast.
I think that ship done sailed, dog.
Your ship done
We haven't
sailed.
heard from anyone over on YouTube since we switched over. And right now there is a tie. And I don't think Twists and Turns is part of that tie. So Fear of Heights and Rusty Remnant are both part of the tie. So ironically, Twists and Turns with 1 vote will jump in front of the 2 that are tied with 2 votes if we don't have a consensus.
The Snark says use a charcoal mud mask. It pulls it out. I have that. Do you want that?
Sure.
Cool.
We'll try it.
I have so many masks.
I used this mud mask. Well, it was more like a moisturizing mask when I was back in Chicago. I was at Medieval Times and I put chicken skin on my face. To quote the Cable Guy movie. And it was extremely gross. It's probably one of the grossest things I've ever done in my life. I could feel like the chicken skin like so greasy sliding off my face as I was like quoting Jim Carrey from Cable Guy.
So shameful.
Disgusting. You don't want that vid.
You don't. It was disgusting.
All right. It also stained my shirt because it like splooged down onto my shoulder and just sat there for a second. And that shirt just has a permanent giant grease ring on it now. All right. So it is a tie. Congratulations, Twists and Turns 2. I know you're a sentient being and you're super happy. And you can thank McShake and Bake for voting for you because, Rusty Remnant at the last second, you dirty dog. Someone voted for Rusty Remnant. It looks like it was Dre. So it will be Rusty Remnant that we're raising. Twist and Turns 2 out there is like, this is horse shit. All right, so Rusty Remnant, here we come. Sounds really gross. Average time for this track, 4 minutes.
No way.
Said 3 minutes and 56 seconds. We are not the fastest racers either, so we'll see how this goes. Exclamation point play to join in for the bonus race of the night. Akasuna no Kairi set the record for us at 3 minutes and 26 seconds. The fastest time ever run for this track is 2 minutes and 54 seconds. So we'll see what we can do.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. making my way down. That song's going to be stuck in my head all night.
Every time. We have 11 marbles already. Pretty happy about that since we only had 12 the last 2 races.
Why don't you sing your favorite Blackpink song?
I have eliminated it from my head. I've refused to listen to it because I've kind of forgotten how it goes. Hit you with that do-do-do-do-do. Damn it. Fuck me, dude. All right, we have 13 marbles now. So we have the most we've had all night for our last race, which is how I like to finish out.
13, lucky number.
Apparently. So we'll give you guys about 10, 15 more seconds in case anyone wants to jump in at the last second. It says we have 16 folks watching. That number is probably inaccurate, though. Woo Scaryish has joined us.
Welcome.
Woo Scaryish is our 14th marble. Thank you so much for joining. I feel like Woo Scaryish is probably going to win.
Did you folks?
With that late entry.
No. This is just a little Disney tidbit. That Haunted Mansion doesn't do 5-minute as the minimum wait time. Their minimum wait time is 13. Like, even if it's walk-on time, it's 13 minutes because, hello, Haunted Mansion. And I did not know that. And I was just like, this is mind-blowing. It was so awesome.
You're welcome. Your life is changed irrevocably from that knowledge. There you go. Scary-ish, spooky knowledge nuggets. All right. You have 10 seconds to join from this moment now. If you have not already joined us, please do so. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on the final race of the night. And we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure I joined, right? Can't remember. And away we go. This looks like really rusty remnants of other tracks. Ha 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 ha. Ha. I'm tired, folks. Robin's not the only one that's tired. All right. I'm on the lead, which means I'll die first. Woo Scarish is right behind me. Hopefully you don't die as quickly as we all know I will. The tracks diverge here, so let's just go ahead and scooch up and look down and see what's happening. Akasuna no Kairi's ball over there.
Cool convergence right there.
Yeah, they made it easier to control the camera, and they made it so that I can move it faster. The biggest problem was that it moved super slow before, and it was a giant pain in the ass. So Queen Caffeine seems to be in first place, with Christian right behind, and Dre and my mom. However, in that middle lane is me and Woo Scary-ish, and we are setting the pace. Everyone's getting caught up on this dojo, which reminds me of Rumble in the Bronx, which is my favorite Jackie Chan movie. Glitch Grim is now in first place.
Liz and I watched The Tuxedo the other night, and I think it was the night that you were still gone. I had to pick you up from the airport, but that movie is so bad, but it's so funny.
All right, Glitch is racing the Ghost Ball for Akasuna no Kairi, and everyone's just going to converge sooner or later, I think. We'll see what winds up happening with it. Valley Grills and Woo Scarish right there. I've never seen The Tuxedo. So
What?
I haven't seen a lot of Jackie
It's so
Chan's movies
cute.
that were made in America. I saw a lot of the ones that were made when he was still in Hong Kong.
Yeah. It's him and Jennifer Love Hewitt. It's pretty cute.
She was one of my first crushes when I was a kid.
Really?
She's just gorgeous. There goes Woo Scary-ish. Made it through the ball tunnel thing back there. Akasuna no Kairi couldn't have done it faster. We know that because the record ball is back there. What is it called? House arrest, where they put their parents in the basement and lock them up so they have to like do forced therapy. Like, I love that movie as a kid. It was so good. It's like Jamie Lee Curtis and that one guy from The Stuff and that other guy who played Shooter McGavin. Like, it was just a really good movie. And she is of course like the love interest for the young kid who's like the pretty girl with the mom who won't grow up, and that's played by Jennifer Tilly. And
Jennifer Tilly.
You wouldn't know her. She's from Bride of Chucky, I think. Dre has been eliminated. That stinks. Woo Scarish is still in first place and chasing Akasuna no Kairi's record-setting marble. Does not look like Akasuna no Kairi is going to give up that record. The Snarked is in second place, and we'll see what happens. I have a feeling that Woo Scarish is going to take this, though, unless any craziness happens along the way. The Scriptery has been eliminated back there. Don't know how it happened. That's very sad, though. We'll back up and just take stock of what's going on in this race. There's not a lot left to go, but still quite a bit. Woo Scarish made it through pretty quickly along with the Snarked. McShake and Bake's running third. Robin's back there, and the rest of us are just kind of bunched up.
Woo Scarish.
Yeah, she came out in that movie, and then she was like probably like 16. She was very wholesome, very pretty. And then like she came out in like a few other movies that she was in, and then like I think in her late teens, early 20s, she released a song, and it was an album named after the song, and the song's called Let's Go Bang. And it got a lot of attention, and it's like, yeah, no shit, you called it Let's Go Bang, and it was supposed to be like, bang's a dance. Holy shit, McShake and Bake just used exclamation point teleport and jumped to the front.
No way.
I think they got hit by one of these stupid rods and got launched to the perfect spot. But yeah, after that stupid movie, I was like, she is the hottest chick in the world. The Snarked is like, we don't care about Jennifer Love Hewitt cruising right past you for this easy fucking win. The Snarked just took the third race of the night like it was nothing. Who's going to be second? Who's going to be third? Woo Scaryish? Nope. McShake and Bake is second.
Woo!
Scaryish is third. Robin is fourth. Glitch looks like they're going to finish fifth. Collecting some points. Here comes Christian. Someone just got launched. Much Lemon 688. Bummer.
You're such a dick. God.
We will see you next week for the next few races. I actually finished one for once, along with Valley Girls and my mom. Queen Cavi is still just way back there, man. It's like, it heard that you passed a few times ago, and it's like, oh, you're going to pass? Well, we're going to stick you in this rotating ball for 5 fucking minutes.
Still in there?
Yeah, it's got to be. It's just rocking back and forth.
Oh, no, it's out. Oh, it's eliminated.
Okay. So 10 of 14 marbles finished. Pretty good. McShake and Bake says, I don't know how I cheated, but hey, that's mildly adequate. That's hilarious. The Snark says, I cast haste. Man, it would be great to have a cleric that knew how to cast stuff in our game, because our cleric is like 100% offensive. I usually get heals from an NPC. Don't want to talk too much shit, though. Anyways, Robin is in the lead at 49 points on the season.
Christian Wolf says, I haven't sent the first reward. I did reference that. Everything is already packaged. It's all stamped. It's just sitting right there. It's hard because we work and we do the podcast and we don't really have time. So
to get to the
post
mailbox
office
every week.
Everything's already packaged. Everything's already stamped. The winners for this week are going to have their stuff also sent at the same time as the stuff from last week. I also have Patreon rewards that I'm sending out as well for the new patrons that we picked up this past week. So
congrats to the Snarked. Congratulations on that win.
We are very busy people.
21 points on the season. Pretty good stuff. Robin is absolutely right. We are very busy.
Yeah. And
777 over there says, all right, peeps, let's go bang now.
Oh my God. Yeah, no. So
Christian says, sorry, Robin, love you. Didn't mean to be a dick like Adam.
No.
Awesome.
It's just me. It's just me.
We just want you to understand that sometimes we batch them.
Yeah.
And they don't go out like the very next day, and why? Because we totally understand it, but we will try and get them to you as soon as we can get. It was a lot easier when I was unemployed because I could just take the shit to the I was about to say the airport, to the mailbox, the post office, and just get it taken care of. But realistically, like, I leave super early, but I also leave like just in time to get to work on time. And Robin's the same way. She leaves and she goes straight to work, and she works on the other side of town. So
yeah,
it just
I work
is what
an
it is.
hour away, so it's just
we got them real lives that are such a pain in the butt.
Which is why, if you guys support us and help us make this our full-time jobs, that would be
I would love it.
So cool.
I would absolutely love it. All right. So I just want to say one more thing about Jennifer Love Hewitt, by the way.
Oh my God,
one of my first crushes.
Okay.
So I don't know if you ever heard of this guy named John Mayer. Whether or not you like his music or don't like his music, he at one point dated Jennifer Love Hewitt when she was like full-grown woman, not when she was like a teenager. It wasn't creepy R. Kelly shit. But like, you know, she's pretty good looking. She has a nice physique. And he wrote a song called Your Body is a Wonderland. And if you've ever heard Your Body is a Wonderland, it is about Jennifer Love Hewitt.
No way.
It's 100% true. 100% true story. All right. So that's fun stuff. I'm going to mark this so we can stop our Jennifer Love Hewitt appreciation podcast and move into the outro. We already did the thank you to everyone and tell them how to send stuff to us. So I guess I'll just pick it up at the give us money portion of it.
Okay.
So, Robin, for those of the folks out there who would like to donate financially to us, how can they do so?
So, we do have a Patreon, patreon.com/scarishpodcast, and those are monthly donations. Tiers start at $1 and go up from there. We do have physical merch tiers. I mean, in our chat just now, Connor, our amazing supporter, and our Corn Lord, if you guys don't know what that's all about, please go back a few episodes. Well, quite a few episodes. Anyway, he just got his package that we sent all the way to Australia. So, I mean, if you folks want to get hands on goodies from when we go traveling and stuff like that, go to patreon.com.
Robin has an eye out everywhere we go for our patrons that are at that. Like, we don't call it loot box because it's not exactly
a box. It's not a loot box. It's kind of just
gift package. It's no good term for it.
It's very random because I kind of curate it personally, and I go out and I shop for things specifically to send you guys.
Yeah, and when we're at any place, she's always looking for stuff. Like, we were at Winchester Mystery House, and she was, like, looking for stuff, not just, like, we'll get everyone, like, a sticker, you know? She's looking for something, like, she knows every one of the patrons that are at that level. Like, I'm pretty sure so-and-so would like this, so-and-so would like this, so-and-so would like this. So it's very personal.
Yeah.
It is curated almost entirely by Robin. I try and help as much as I can, but I don't have an eye for things like that. I only have eyes for you.
Oh.
I'm referencing Robin. For those of you who can't see her roll her eyes at me when I say that.
But yeah, so those are monthly donations. We do have like a badge of honor tier, which is where I send buttons or magnets or zipper pulls and the monthly sticker or not monthly, but seasonal sticker, as well as some other stickers that I design periodically. I have another one that's going to get sent out next month, I think. But yeah, so help support us. It would be so awesome. And if you go to ko-fi.com/scariest-podcast, those are one-time donations. Right now, all those donations go towards upgrading our studio setup. And then I guess soon it'll be to go towards your new computer too, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, a lot of folks have asked if they can donate to it, if that could be the new thing. And I'm just going to pick certain aspects of the computer, certain components, and just put them up there and say like, hey, if you want to donate, this is exactly what it'll go to. Anyone who sends any sort of donations will have their name probably carved out with our Cricut and put onto the side of my case to forever remember. And right now, Ulri, I have a Razer keyboard and a Razer mouse thanks to an amazing Amazon gift card donation that they sent me, which I sincerely appreciate. So thank you to everyone who like donates to us and supports us in all the different ways.
We really couldn't do it without you.
We couldn't. And that's why we want to make sure that if you have a story and you want it shared, please send it to us. Like, we're serious about reading it. Like, if there's issues with it, we'll try and get back to you and let you know, like, hey, can you clean this up? Was there more? It seems like this was sent incomplete. Like, there's no punctuation. We're not exactly sure what you're trying to say. We get some of those sometimes. Or the most common thing we get is, can we share this?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times we'll get stuff sent to us and it doesn't say we can share it and we can't. We err on the side of caution because we never want to share something that you wanted to keep personal and just speak to us about, because we take that very seriously, because we want you to know that we are available here and it's not going to get publicly blasted like to everyone. So thank you to everyone one last time, and reach out to us on any of our social medias. And if you want to support us and you don't have the financial capabilities, just leave us a rating or a review. iTunes is
5
best.
stars.
Really helps us out. And I think that's just about everything we have for this episode.
Yeah.
Unless I'm forgetting anything.
No.
All right, Robin, go ahead. Take it away.
Keep on creeping on, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.